Oh, you said Willie, not Willie.
Willie.
Willie. Oh gosh.
Hello, everybody.
What?
Hello,
Come on, everybody.
Ding, ding, ding. What's up, everyone? Hope you're good. Welcome.
Welcome. Some entrance music. It goes a little something like this.
Oh my God, the comments are popping off. We've already got people that have got banned comments.
What are you heathens doing on here? Absolutely amazing.
I'll try and say hello to as many of you as you can. Carl Baldwin, what's up? He's dropping the THD Modelo side. Come on.
Dropping the G's.
What's up, my little G's? I'm going to open this up with to Task Force Bravo. I'll have a little beer to them guys. What are lads? Beers, lads. Oh, no beers. No beers. No beers for the kids. I'll drink for you. Cheers. Well done, boys.
When I was his age, I was drinking White Lightning and battery acid.
My hair nearly come off. Let me make my goddamn hair come off.
Oh, mate, don't hair come off. Don't fall.
Let me make my goddamn hair pop off. Yeah, well, it's an envy t-shirt. Have envy. Look, no, envy.
Yes. So this is how tonight's going to go. We've set the precedents in the first 2 minutes. We've got hillbilly slang, trying to get underage people to drink, and that's how things are going.
16 grand boxes to put your kit in.
Yeah, 10 grand gun boxes. So, do you know what I mean? It's
elitism. Elitism. Dean, Leo, what's up, everyone? Ragey Files up. Terry Gillett. Who invited jokes? I take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. I was thinking more from Wayne's World, but
yes, that's the one, mate.
Hey, baby. Brooksy, what's up? You look like Slave Rider has turned up for debrief, 100%. Although I can kick it better. Navy SEAL. Everyone's going to get so offended. Envy Night. Nice Thanks, Envy Night Vision. Why are you talking about Night Vision with my Envy Night Vision t-shirt?
We thought we'd diversify tonight because obviously Tim is repping Envy Night Vision. I'm repping the one and only Widow 10, of course.
Never don't know who he is. Tell me about him.
Never heard of her.
I love it. Look at JCI's comment.
Hello, Dad.
What, Dad?
So, JCI, you'll be pleased to know.
Thanks for fixing me comms, Dad.
I managed to get my radio to charge with an elastic band.
That is some Robinson Crusoe stuff right there. This man's about to survive on a desert island.
The plug is at 45 degrees and it works. So
what in temperature?
Yeah, she hold.
45 degrees, baby.
45 degrees, baby.
That's pig made in weather. It's pig made in okay. So
right, are we all here?
Lots of
are we all present and correct?
Well,
shall I do a register?
Yes, please. Yes. Dad too.
Right, Timothy Davies.
Ooh.
Yes.
He nearly flipped off the goddamn chair.
He nearly went.
Oh, that was very close. Oh, my little heart can't handle it.
Yes, Legion, UK Patriot wore my Woobie hoodie every day this week. It's class kit, mate. I live in this thing, actually live in it, straight up. It is. It could be. I'd rather sweat and be comfy, cozy. It's nice. So if we're all here, let's get cracking. So first of all, Tim, cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
And cheers to all of you that are viewing that came to Ruckus 2.0 as well. Cheers.
I should have brought out more beers. More beers.
I think, and from the feedback that me and Tim have got, whether you're lying or not, I don't know, but it was a phenomenal event. You know, from our point of view as well, it was a phenomenal event. Not just from the numbers, because we had over 100 people there. You know, obviously, I think we clipped sort of like, what, 70, 80 last time. Yeah. So we picked over 100 players this time. Now, numbers doesn't equal good play or a good day at all. We all know that. But this was an exception, you know, over 100 players. And from my point of view, it was, you know, the firefight was still epic, which caught me off guard a little bit because, and we'll get to that a bit later, but there was some points where I had to admit defeat, where Tim was right and I was wrong, and we haven't spoke about it yet. But me and Tim are going to, I don't know, do a time cost or something to win that.
We'll crash it out.
I basically, two things. I'm not wrong. I never apologise. I have to do fucking both. So there we go.
Well, but I again, mate, echo that. You know, we had no idea it was a walk on. So at the end of the day, we could have had 10 people turn up. We could have had, you know, over 100. And we really didn't know, and we left that down to whatever happens on the day. We would roll with it. We would take that on the chin and sort of roll with the punches. I walked up to the top road as I normally do, just to start pulling people in, and I just looked back and saw this stack of cars going from Richie's tent all the way back, and then back, and then further back, and then about 10 cars head past me going, no. And I was like, oh my God, they're here too.
We got a on board.
Oh, it was crazy, baby. Yeah, absolutely insane. So I think the numbers were really overwhelming for me, just in like the level of support, which was super, super cool. So to everyone that come, I super appreciate that. It was sick to just see that car park packed full of people. If you didn't attend, I've got a quick photo that I prepared earlier. So you can see here, this is some of the players that were queued up ready for the safety brief. And see, we had some really good numbers. And we managed to scrape everyone into this like nice confined area with a good berm wall around it to kind of keep everyone from running away or getting lost or getting spooked and ended up with a hidden fence.
Once you're on site, you never leave him.
You stay
that's I mean, that picture there, that's more than you get like an 8-hour meal sim, right? Those numbers.
Yeah, 8-hour meal sim had people we just had in the top car park in overflow.
In the overflow car park.
You can't do this game. You can't play this.
Oh, no. No, you're absolutely right.
It's a fucking 8-hour meal sim anyway. I can literally hold a piss for 8 hours. What the fuck is that about? Get your 8-hour meal sim.
Mate, I've made a tube of wasabi last longer than 8 hours. All right?
Oh, mate, 100%. Honestly, I've fallen for more than 8 hours.
But no, you're right, mate. It was awesome, you know. Like, and obviously, I was. Everyone knows I was at the front signing people in. I do apologise. It was absolutely manic. I would have loved to have stood and chat to every single one of you. But it was so manic. Thank you also to Liam, who was down Sunday with me, helping giving a lending hand. Without you, mate, it would not have been possible. So thank you. But again, we were just trying to drive people through, get people on site, because the longer they had, you know, to get their kit sorted, get kitted up, get ready to go, you know, that's what we wanted. We want everyone prepped so they were good to go out the gate. So yeah, it was crazy, man. I definitely reiterate that comment that people were, you know, we had a stack of cars, and I looked up thinking, fuck, am I going to get through this lot? But, you know, we did it. We got people through, and literally, man, I think it must have been 30 minutes, I think, before I heard the first, like, Blackgate launchers licking off, mate, down on the THC range. So I was still signing people in, going, ooh, ah, ooh,
ooh, ah,
yeah.
ooh,
shine, what a banger, bro!
I know, I just dropped that in there for all of y'all. Brooksy is claiming to have had an 8-hour man time. Trying to behave because I'm only young kids watching, so I will endeavour to do my best, although I will fail at some point soon. So yeah, that was sick, getting everyone in. We have to go through the painful bits of running an event.
Yeah, of course.
assure to that all of you know, you've been to multiple events. We have the chrono. As much as I would love to trust absolutely everyone, I know that sometimes at no fault of your own, some people's guns are over. Our limits put us on the UK legal limit, and we always want to be law-abiding, true upholding citizens of the law.
Yes, Governor.
Pee in your hat, Governor? Do I get to pee in a hat? Oh, you have to be pregnant.
Slide your shoes, Governor.
Pee on your shoes, Governor? So that's always tough, and we have to just make sure that that's incorrect, and also to stop people from being hurt. Our main concern is two things. One, someone getting shot with a hot gun would suck. Two, that site, as all of you have known, that probably burnt stupid levels of calories. Took probably the most amount of steps you have in a few years' time since COVID or prior to COVID. It's a really tough site. It's hard from both sides. There's lots of steep hills. I remember seeing the Task Force Bravo lads belt up the backside of that, the big black gravel hill sort of thing where we had the spinners on top, and they scampered up it like a squirrel chasing nuts. They were just, which was crazy.
Can we just put that in perspective? Okay, so that gravel hill, they bound up there like it wasn't even there, right?
I know, it's annoying.
I think it was George, I think, from the Spartan lads. Literally, he stood up the top, and everyone that was there knows that the wind was licking that day, and his boonie came off, and it didn't know it would come down the hill. I went, "It's all right, bruv. I'll get your hat back for you." So I've got it. Come walking over, picked it up. You know what we normally like? Scramble up the hill, mate. I got halfway up and just went. But not once, 3 times, mate. 3 times I did. Who do you think you are? I am. So 3 times. I ended up like rolling it up, trying to throw it up to him. The wind took it. I just said, in the end, they've done this, mate. I can't do it. I'll just keep hold of it. And I still have it to this day. So realistically, you're right, mate. Going back to try and do it in a timeline, chronological affair. We had to get through the boring bits, and I'll have to say we did try and keep the safety brief short, but everyone was super patient. And you're going to get the odd people mouth off, like John and Winks, you. But do you know what I mean? You're going to get the odd bit here and there, but for the most part, everyone was like literally like ears up. Let's listen to this. Let's get it out of the way. Let's get cracking. And it was super cool.
Slideshow.
Fuck that hill in particular. That was funny though. It was funny. Realistically, we got out on the ground pretty quick, right? And I think obviously the first game was the infamous, snapshot with Kelly, and but she had a friend with her this time. She had bread.
Bread from BXR Tactical.
BXR bread. So obviously, the same sort of rules apply. Take as many pictures as you can in many different positions. And I thought last time was good.
And some absolute bangers. Now I can't put them up because, I don't have them where I am. But there was some incredible pictures of all sorts of Kama Sutra-esque maneuvers. Lots of many men action. That was going on, so that was super fun. Now, what we did say at the start of that event, we understand that some people haven't played in a long time, people are going to be there to get their rocks off, whatever. So they're kind of like permeable, semi-permeable objectives. If you want to go and hit the objectives really hard, you can. If you just want to go for a tear up, that was cool too. We wanted people to get out and get some rounds off, and holy shit, did they get some rounds off. My team come out. A few guys cut along to the right, but people went straight to the back of the concrete yard, and then I heard the motors turning over. That. Zip, 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 zip. I was like, oh, it's popping off.
Your team got to the concrete yard quick. I think the team that was up with Matt, mate, there wasn't even like halfway to the centre before you guys turned up. So it was interesting to see. But again, this is why we kind of go, oh yeah, it's just a you know, real basic skirmish and this and that. But believe it or not, we do try and say for these games, yes, it was because you needed we want everyone to have a massive dust up. But like Tim says, we're very lucky in that site. You can like Tim says, you can choose to smash up to the objective, tear through, you know, like a Tasmanian devil. If you want to, you know, bimble up, do some flanking, skirt round to the left or right, there is room to do that, because, you know, you've got to be careful and use the terrain. But as you've all known that was there, you know, at the Ruckus, you can have a burn like this, and there can be some on this side.
Yeah.
Until you get here, you could be 2 feet from the guy, but you won't know it until you peek that you know, that bridge. So the site really lends it to, you know, for any sort of gameplay. If you just want to plot up in a bush, in a tree line, you know, in some foliage, you can absolutely do that. You know, there were some guys that, you know, had some blue on blue, I think from the red team in the last game, and yeah, one guy was just sort of just creeping through. So, you know, the terrain is so varied there. You can really do what you want to do. But I think for the first game, though, it was incredible to see your teams pretty much held the concrete yard from, you know, the first sort of 15, I'm say 30, between 15 and 35 minutes. They got there in the first 10, held it for a good half an hour.
Yeah, I think a few guys just pushed straight up that main track.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've just in haste forgot to mention that I was really kind of super surprised about, and I think this is like, it's on that borderline of potentially upsetting people, and I'll just say that from the off. But I was super surprised at the big demographic, like the span of people that turned up to our event. Like, I still think in that first game, and even seeing people in the photos and the pictures and stuff, it didn't hit me until I saw everyone in my spawn, and I was doing like my briefing before the game, and we were talking, and I was like, holy shit, like there is some really wildly different sort of spans or fucking groups of airsoft player that really shocked me. Obviously, we had our young'uns on site on the day, and they were obviously, you know, that's an individual group on its own. And then we had some guys that are kind of, you know, Spartan-esque, you know, head to toe multicam, got all the guns covered in drip, you know, fucking cool guy looking shit. And then you've got everything in between. You had guys that were all in black, that had kind of flak jackets on, one guy with a CTSFO kind of loadout. There was guys there in like flannel jackets and jeans. You had Jono all in wolf grey, like a really big, diverse group of players. And obviously in those players' skill sets and experience and all that other shit. And I think to myself, like, I've been to a lot of events, fortunate, not as many as you, Richie, but I don't think I've seen that wider group of individuals in one place. Always like one big group of one particular type of players, but like this was like such a vast mix of people. It was super cool.
I think let's dare to stick our toe in the water, right? Let's address your elephant in the room. Anyone that comes to the channel knows that, you know, we're about the 152s, we're about the nods, we're about the $2,000, you know, NGRS builds, we're about a $1,500 optic. That's what we're about. Okay, that's what this channel is aimed at. Okay, sort of high end, elite as fuck, you know, Milsim-esque, you know, sort of gameplay, right? Am I right or am I wrong? But what I want to say is like, and you're spot on, mate. You know, people turned up. There were guys and girls there that, you know, we really didn't expect to see. You know, like I say, in sort of like very sort of, and this is, please don't take it the wrong way, because it's not meant the wrong way, but in very skirmish style wear. Do you know what I mean? You know, stuff that we wouldn't expect to see if me and you had put on an event. But in no way is that a bad word or a bad way, because some of those guys and girls went out there and absolutely bodied and got stuck in just as good as the person next to them, dripping in multicam and NGRSs, you know. So I think no, you're right, mate. I would never ever expect to see that, you know, at one of our events or something that me and you were associated with, right?
Yeah, not without someone kicking off about it.
No, exactly. Someone would say,
Oh,
"What?"
they're elite. Was you allowed on without wearing head to toe in Arc'teryx? Everyone had Vortex.
It's like you got to register at the front gate. JPC, tick. JPC, tick. JPC, yep. Or CPC, tick. CPC, tick. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
The entrance on the door is, have you spent more than £5,000? No. Okay, bye then.
Okay. Pause that way. Pause that way.
Turn around the cone and drive straight that way into the fence.
But we are joking. We're joking because we love seeing such a wide demographic there. We really did. Like, me and Tim were shocked, but in a good way. So it was really nice to see some new faces from different people that played. No different to the rest of you. You know, other than Scout, who was appalling. Just saying. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Don't, because I've got a really good picture of Scout, and he'll leave before he gets to see a really cool picture.
I know. Okay. Don't leave Scout. I promise. I'm just kidding.
Really joking, Scout. Right? And also, don't hate on us because you know we don't want to end up like Midgard and get bashed.
Yeah, because it doesn't clash with your ethos. Yeah. Oh, I love this chat.
Oh, we just wind up. So I think, you know, the first game was super cool, seeing people roll out. Like you say, some lads went absolutely ham, and seeing people get stuck in, watching people slide up and down the burns, really attacking the ground, turning around really quickly on the respawns. That's something that me and Richie hate, right? You know, people pay to go to an event, and I walk into the respawn and everyone's just stood there like, I'm like, what are you doing? Nothing. Did you pay to come here? Yeah. Go and fucking shoot people then! Drove me crazy. But
mate, I'll be honest, there was a lot of people there that did not expect to get shouted at.
No, they didn't, but they will get shouted at. So it was good. Yeah. People were paying there to go and shoot out the spawn and get stuck in. There was a big group of players that did not hang about. The Bravo lads, didn't see them hang about in the spawn not once. They were literally bombing up on the go.
Yeah.
Jack, Chloe, and all those little group of like the Midgard straps, I think it was. They were in and out like lightning. Brooksy and his boys again didn't hang around at all. Sooty and all of the Spartan lot, I didn't see them guys hanging about. They were same as Urban and all them lads. They were in and out. I think there's a few other groups that just sort of lightly meandered a little bit, but with a little bit of coaching, they got out and smashed it, and that was sick.
And I think, like, you know, just speaking about Sam and his boys, like, they are good players. They're good players. I think. So to put a prime example, and like Sam, this is not a dig. This is props, mate. So don't take it the wrong way. But like, you guys are trying to push down this track, mate. That was just a dead end, mate. There were 4, 5, 6, 7 people that had good angles. People were getting slapped coming down that track. You push down, and like the guys are sort of like, oh, do I? Don't I? Just sort of like taking pot shots, and do you know what I mean? But like right in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
And I said to Sam, mate, just push, mate, push, use the cover. And Sam just went, mate. Sam was like ducking in and out of the trees. I think he slotted like 2 or 3 people. But then Sam had pushed, got that bit of confidence with, fucking let's go. Sam had pushed, but his 2 mates were like left like behind. I was like, lad, back him up. Let's back. And then they all of a sudden got like a boot up their arse, and they went. And mate, the 3 of them just went through and clapped a load of people. It's like, you know, and I mean that in a good way, like to the Reaper guys. It was meant they just need that little bit of a push to get, you know, because it's easy to stall, right? It's so easy to stall in a firefight. Surprise and violence of action is what you need.
And this is not we're not that good to kind of structure this, but I think that was a really good point in where you guys halfway through had pushed us all the way
absolutely
to the spawn point. And everyone's in the spawn, and I kind of rock up there, and Matt's there, and there's a fucking big group of players. And also, I've got you guys on the comms being like, what the fuck do we do? Like, they are trapped. What do we do? So I cut into the spawn, and I'm trying to tell, like, you guys, look, we can't flip the spawns at this point because it would fuck the later games, because there was a big difference in wind, as you know. you know, the one side really had the wind with it, and they were really putting the rounds out, and they were almost straight across the site, and the other team was shooting into the wind, and you could literally see the BBs beginning to stall in the air.
Yeah.
And I was like, if we flip this now, like, it fucks this afternoon, because the guys are going to have the wind against them before, like, literally in 40 minutes. At like 50 minutes, if by the time we flipped everyone, if we'd done it double quick. So I'm like, guys, we just got to organise this team and get them to push together. You know, they're going out in siloed groups. And I was like, fuck it, you just let me get in there. So I push in, and I'm like, guys, we can, you absolutely can get these guys off the fucking front door. You've just got to work together. You've got to be organised. You've got to communicate. And you cannot be that team that goes, oh, we'll just stay back and there's like 4 or 5 lads that come forward. Oh, we'll wait for them to do their thing. You've got to go with them. And like Richie said, you've got to do that fire and manoeuvre, and you've got to start breaking ground. You've got to break ground together. And
I mean, definitely, mate. I think, you know, obviously, like many years, many moons ago, a wise man once said to me, you've got to have you know, it's airsoft. You have to have a Superman mentality. In your head, you have to think, I'm fucking invincible. But, you know, so you have to push forward like you're not going to get hit. No, wait, that's a really bad example.
Are you sure? It is.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, if you get hit, so what? Go out to respawn. Get medic back in. It's not the end of the world. You know, you're going to gain some sort of ground. So these guys are sort of go, oh, do I, don't I? I'm not sure. Just push. Use the cover. Use your teammates. I mean, push forward. And you know, and I remember being on the comms to you, going, mate, this is like, I don't. These guys in spawn are having a bad time. Like, you know, this has to be good. This day has to be good for everyone. You know, everyone's paid their money. Everyone has to have a good day. And I was just panicking a bit. I did let, you know, I was like stressing out. But he was like, no, you have to let it run. And, you know, XBX, mate, like, you know, all those lads, Brooksy, Sam, the Reaper crew. I even watched Spartan push around that sort of right hand. Depends where you're looking, around that lower track. Guys, you know, again, commitment, mate. They pushed 3 or 4 times. I saw Sooty and the other lad, I can't remember his name, get like fragged 2-3 times, mate. But they just kept pushing, and mate, like I say, pushed your team all the way back to regen. It was epic, man. Like to watch that firefight move over the whole site was cool, so cool.
One, Sooty is the most photogenic person in all of Airsoft, and it will not be argued.
It's annoying.
He's annoyingly fucking photogenic. I hope if he's here, he hits himself in the face with a frying pan, because he's annoyingly photogenic. He's got 3 photos of him mid-game walking, and it looks like a fucking GQ suit. It's so annoying.
He's just walking. Yeah.
He's just walking. It's like he's been staged and fluffed and rubbed and pampered and fucking touched. And he just looks sick. He's so annoying. Certainly, we do love you, but at the same time, if you drowned yourself or had an accident, I wouldn't be upset. Picking up with
I do know Buzz. Yeah, sorry, mate.
Do you know what I'll do? I'll quickly show, because then we have got some photos on here prepped. You know, we were trying very hard to prep, so we will show you the annoying photo. We won't show it for long, but we will show it. And we'll also show some other guys as well. But you can see Sooty just being annoyingly photogenic there on the left. Massive thank you to Liam. And we've got another Gucci character in there as well, rocking the full gear. Look at that. Fucking cool, lads. So that was awesome. But Sooty is just annoyingly photogenic. Anyway, I'm going to remove that before I get too upset and throw myself in a river. He's back. Look, they're all empty already. What's going on? Back to hold the fort while I go and get more beers. We managed to then go on a full-out attack. The guys were really pushing. I was driving the guys out the spawn. I was communicating with you and Matt. And we begin to see that rolling mentality. I think Rag hooked up with another team. I think he was saying it was Spartan. I'm going to have to go back through the comments now. But anyway, Rag hooked up the team. They just drove the other team all the way back. So it ended up towards Index that, you know, one team had spent an hour in the spawn, and then they'd pushed the other team all the way back, and then the other team was in their spawn. So it was pretty sick. The first game was so much fun. Watching everyone getting, rounds off and really going for it was just fucking awesome. It was really, really good. And also, I think you've got that, like, pre-game nerves. I don't quite know how to describe it, but we were nervous as to how this was going to play out. We didn't dissect the teams. We just said, right, you guys go that side, you guys go that side. We're going to tape everyone up. We counted the heads. It was roughly even, and we put you out on the ground. There was no like science to any of this.
No, it's zero science.
It just played so well. You know, again, we were slightly worried about some of the younger guys on site, some of the newer people, some of the people that hadn't played that much. Also, the site is fucking dangerous. Let's not sugarcoat that fact in any way, shape, or form. If you took a tumble off a couple of those mounds, you're going to get fucking hurt. Yeah. So, you know, luckily, no serious injuries. No one was hurt. Everyone went out and had a really good workout for that first event, which was very light-hearted. And had a big flip one way, then a big flip the other, and then kind of finished up on a good tear up.
Yeah, and I think, like, so obviously the game that it was, right, was to take as many pitches in some real, you know, compromising positions as you could.
With a man, we're not biased.
No, I mean, I had a conversation with Tim. I think it was the night before, saying to Tim that, you know, we all knew that Bread was going to have a strap-on inflatable dick. So, and I said to him, I can guarantee the orifices that inflatable dick is going to be in. Let's do this. I went, let's dip the tip of the dick in Frank's hot sauce and let it dry. Because the first person that either goes, oh, or sticks it up their ass is gonna be in for a shock. But I didn't do it, much to my pity, because although we can't show them, there's two pictures. Two pictures. Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's two.
One is in someone's ass crack. The second one is in someone's mouth. Now, in which order, I couldn't tell you what happened. I'm just, you know.
But they are in both. I think they went in a few mouths. Whoever managed to get the whole thing in their mouth, impressive. Pornhub will take applications if you are, you know, if you're bored. Jesus Christ, there's so many comments. So that was good. Like, roll into lunch, and guys have been out of the ground for 2 hours, and that was super sick. Like, super sick. It went in an absolute flash. And really, from my perspective, I was like really concerned about how people were doing, but it just went by so fast. There were so many rounds and mortars and stuff going out. And with the wind, it was hard to hear, but I definitely just watched the flashes of mortars going off of those grey hills. There was just a shit ton of pyro. I think it was less visually, audibly effective because of the wind was so big. It just dragged that sound out. But lots and lots of fucking pyro, lots.
I think even you know when the lads a bang came in and landed maybe like 4 foot from me.
Yeah.
And one of the lads actually pointed out, when did that bang get anyone? I went, what bang? Obviously I heard it go off, but again, because the wind just whipped the sound away, I didn't know which direction when it landed. Right there, and I looked round, and obviously I bear in mind I had eyes on that like 10 seconds ago, so I knew there was no one there. But again, the wind just whips the sound away so quickly. It was hard. This is why I think, you know, a lot of the guys, some of the guys that we were calling out that were hit with bangs on the day, please don't take it personal. It was just that I struggled to see and hear where the bangs were going.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you did too, it's nothing against you as personally as a player. You just might not realise that some of the guys, it was going off overhead. It was just at the top of a berm or something. So, you know, if we sort of called you out for being hit with a bang, don't take it personally. Just the wind was just a nightmare the whole day.
Yeah, I pulled a few people off a berm, like literally a tag went over and burst probably 8 to 10 feet above people's heads, if that. And they just cracked on, and obviously it was over the back of them, so they probably presumed it just went all the way over. And I went over and pulled them off the berm and said, look, guys, you know, that got you. You know, also from a player's perspective, I've been in many a circumstance where I've put fucking tags at people onto balconies. Stanter was a really, really good example of this. Me and Richie hit the back wall behind some guys, probably like 4 foot, and then it's hit the wall literally behind them, and they didn't take it. And in the end, some marshals went up. So we understand how frustrating that can be when you're putting 5 or 6 pound out per round. And you know, people don't call their hits. So I think in this case, there was a lot of like it going overhead or air bursting, and people just weren't calling just because of the fact they thought it thrown over. So we were trying to be on top of that as much as possible. You know, I think coming to lunchtime when I started pulling players back up, I walked into that car park and I was like, holy shit, we've got like a really professional looking setup. Like the vendors really surprised me as to just how kind of professional you can make an area look. Like coming into that with JCI, with Widow, with Envy, with Camo, with, you know, the awesome team at fucking Valkyrie. That little corner area just looks so good. And I was so pleased that people had come down, especially, you know, the vendors and the providers of equipment and gear, like, to support what we were doing. And it was only at that point where I'd come away from it and then come back, I was like, holy shit, this looks fucking awesome. This looks so good. And I was so happy with that support, you know, that was so good.
I mean, you know, we were super lucky that, you know, let's face it, we had, who do we have? We had Envy, you know, Matt, Envy Night Vision. We had JCI Comms, Camo Raids, Valkyrie, Blackgate UK, Widow 10. You know, just
Flashbang Smoke.
Yeah.
So
you know, we had some really cool cats and kittens.
Cool cat, hey, cool cats and kittens.
Hell, you cool cats and kittens.
Yeah, it was. That was. Yeah, I was sort of
it was nice to see everyone's kit laid out. You know, obviously, let's be honest, mate. JCI had the sickest booth of all time.
Yeah, I actually going to bang the photo because the photo is, if he wasn't there, the photo is uber impressive. I mean, JCI is like blacked out gear stands, satcoms, fucking every radio accessory in the world. Do you know what? That dude, and I know that we hype him up a lot, but I turned up in the morning and, bearing in mind I haven't seen him in a long time, and, you know, we obviously, you know, have spent a lot of time communicating in the past. I literally went, I'm really busy. Can you sort my fucking radio out? And just walked off. And it was only when I got like 10, 15 meters away, I was like, oh my God, you're so rude. And like, it just didn't clock to me that I'd sort of done something where I'd be sort of like, fucking hell, Tim, like, hello would be nice. But I'm just so grateful for the support from everyone. And Valkyrie, you know, they said they were going to come down. We didn't know to what extent they'd come down. They were giving out bottles of water. Sophie had cooked cakes and biscuits and cookies for everyone. They were giving out free BBs and patches and all this. They just come down. I saw that there. I was like, what an effort.
What an effort. Cookies.
You didn't get any cookies?
I didn't get cake or cookies.
Mate, the cookies were off the fucking chart. Right,
that's it. I'm not playing anymore.
He's going to get upset now and throw something. Honestly, I kid you not.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, good.
Honestly, it was amazing. So, you know, we are super lucky to be tied in with some really cool companies. Again, like you, mate, like vendors and players alike. I just wanted a gas to everyone because, you know, it's you know, we don't often. This is the first time we probably had to catch up with, you know, lots of people. So I just wanted to gas to so many people, catch up. What's this? What's that? What gun you're running? How's this working out for you? What's this doing? Do you know what I mean? The usual shit chat. But
yeah.
We were so busy, so busy. But first off the bat, can we just say, I just want to say a big thank you to Widow 10, aka Jolly Green JTAC, because I was having a bit of guess. Who's? I was having a bit of gas.
What's that big metal thing?
I had a bit of a fanboy moment today. Like I was in between jobs and I was just voice noting him, and I did have a bit of a fanboy moment, and I was like, I'm voice noting an actual JTAC, right?
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it?
That turned up to our event, and as cool, you know, as much kit as we've got, and as cool as we think we are in this scene, like, he does this shit for real. And I just went, oh. Don't look at me, I'm shy.
What's a JTAC? I remember seeing it, and he was like,
he
was like, all right, it's Rick, and I was like, I'm having a flush. I'm having a midlife, a menopausal flush. I didn't know what was going on. It's so funny.
But no, obviously he's in the chat.
Sorry, Rick.
He's in the chat, but he did just want to sort of reiterate a few points. One, he is super grateful for everyone, not just for buying his shit, but for being interested in who he is and what he does. Whether that's his Widow 10 brand or the Jolly Green JTAC brand. I know some of you was unaware of what he did, but I know he was super appreciative for everyone that come over that took the time to talk to him. Again, about the Widow 10 hoodies. Likewise, over you guys have actually, inquiring about what he did in his prerequisites or pre JTAC days, which is his recce days, and what it takes to be a JTAC really. Which for me, I've still got some questions to ask, but that's for another day. So yeah, super cool to have him along, and I know he was super appreciative for everyone that came over and had a gas with him. Likewise, as as many of you guys that bought the Widow 10 hoodie off of him, you didn't have to buy something just over gas to him. He's a super cool guy, super approachable. Just go over and have a gas. Speaking of just talking about stuff, I did catch 5 minutes to have a chat to him, and obviously he was lucky enough to give us this here, which after some digging, because I knew it was something, but I didn't quite know what. This is a tail fin off of I don't know the actual model. I'm sure he'll put it in the chat, but this was dropped on Exercise, whatever it is, Captain Andrew, whatever. So yeah, it was cool, and obviously signed it to me and Tim. So Rick, thank you, mate. Really appreciate this bit of kit here. I will get it framed and do something with it. Probably beat Tim to death with it once he pisses me off.
No, it was super cool. Like I say, it's hard not to fanboy with people like that, because we're very fortunate to be in a little group with him and a few other radio, aeroplane sorts of guys. And they've been so cool and so accepting. And this was the first real experience, I think, for Rick to see Airsoft. There was someone cutting about with a JTAC patch on, and it did kind of like give me a little squirrely moment. But at the end of the day, he was super cool. And we're very fortunate, again, like looking and reflecting on that group of people. It was such a wide group of individuals. It's fucking awesome. Just while we're cutting through that, Richie, when do you want to go through and have a look through some of these photos? Because we've got some really cool pictures from the day. I do want to talk about the last game, most definitely.
Mate, one Legion Patriot, mate, took some banging photos.
What a lad! What a lad he is. And
can I just touch on the subject, right? Just real quickly. I saw him, mate, right? Him and I think it was Chris from Gravy Seals were having an exchange. Like, there's the road, and it sort of went off either side. Yeah. They were having a bit of a tit for tat. Mate, Legion 1 Patriot just went for it, mate. He literally got up, just suppressed, just went like a single shot suppressed all the way as he was walking onto target. Mate, just he was about to breach the top of the trench. He magged out. He literally, fair play, mate. He did everything in his power other than using the force. He literally slid down to a knee, dumped his mag, which I know you hate, but grabbed the other mag. He got it like this far from the mag well, mate. And Chris literally come up with his M1 Grand and went ping. I was like, that's cool, that's unlucky, mate, but what a tear up. What a tear up. Like, it's stuff like that, mate, that you just, it makes you appreciate sitting on the sidelines and watching it. You're like, fuck, yes, what a cool firefight.
Yeah, so firstly, a massive thank you to One Legion Patriot, for getting out there with a camera and giving us some of this cool media. We know a load of people took photos on the day, but literally some of the photos are belting. So while we're
outrageous, mate,
a little interlude, we'll cut to some of the photos and show some of these off. Again, so this isn't all of them, but we do super appreciate this. I'll go number one. Obviously, we've got some cool cats kind of about it.
Cool.
So annoying as ever. Also, one of my favourite guns that you do not see very often in Airsoft, and this is kind of about Chloe absolutely dropped this. I remember messaging her and being like, fucking hell, in a HK45. And she was like, what? I was like, I fucking love them things. Absolutely one of my favourite guns ever.
Love it.
She comes about with. So she's actually putting a video together from the event. So we're really fucking excited about seeing that. I definitely know her and Jack were cutting about, sliding about down hills and fucking running all over the place like crazy. So that was sick. Scout owns one of my favorite guns ever. And this thing just fucking bullies people, you know, set to DMR, set to single only. It's up there on the FPS. It's just an absolute beast. I don't know if any of you have shot this. It's got the heavy recoil package in there as well. It's fucking ballistic. Plus, he looks super cool. He's rocking that Widow 1.0 Whoopi. He's got the backwards cap. He's got the shades on. Literally, all points, 1 million.
That forward-facing bipod though.
Just he's got it all, mate. It's just all there. It's all there in that FOT. Every single fucking little bit of it.
Except he hasn't got the optic setup that I've got. So, you know, it's slightly a lesser of a man. You know? I'm just saying.
That flips aside.
Slightly lesser of a man.
Don't know, because he's gonna get upset. Then we had two Celtic Vikings turn up midway through that were just conveniently dressed in Airsoft and drunk the blood of children and raped and pillaged all the way across the site. I love the Houghton boys; they're fucking awesome. But these guys come in fucking ripping, so that was good. I think both running gas guns as well, from memory, or maybe not. Yeah. No, don't think so from the mags. But normally these guys run gas with Ryan. Mate, just sideshow, doing what he does, just putting out 320s casually, rocking the headband,
and
love that.
And I saw him lick off a 40 mic as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think he only kills with one of them. So yeah, he got
like a triple with it. It was amazing.
Did he really?
Yeah, he got a triple with it. He literally came over. His words were, "I come over the berm, saw three guys, and thought, fuck that."
I'm very fortunate to have a bit of a chat with him today and what him and his team are getting up to. So really looking forward to doing some more shit with them in the future. Brooksy doing what Brooksy does. Love that. Again, another dude rocking the fucking Whoopi. He's got the short dot on there. He's rocking the fucking THGOG patch. I mean,
I love that stock. I do like that stock on an M4, mate.
It's Gucci in it.
It's nice. It's
so
nice.
Yeah, I just saw this and I just thought, what an angle! Like literally about to cut over the top of the berm. You know, rocking the Whoopi. I was about that life. Got some other thoughts in there we've seen, but I think this is the one that Stuart. I'm pretty sure it's Stuart. I'm sorry if I've butchered that. But One Patriot just called his photo of the day. What I mean, it looks like a staged photo. Bearing in mind this is mid-game. What a banging FOT, that nice blue sky, mate, and the multicam just works. When it's all multicam, it just looks so good. And then last up, we've got our little hitters here on the left-hand side, Task Force Bravo. If you don't follow those guys over on Insta, go give them kids a follow.
Absolute gangsters, mate.
There's a lot to say about those boys, really. They could have their own little chat. I mean, they reached out to us originally and said, can we come? And I was like, how old are you? And they were like, young. And I was like, fuck. I said, let me speak to Richie. And
I think the thing is, mate, is you know as well as I do, mate. We get a lot of
God, they look fucking cool. Look at them, tan and black. God, bam!
I think I remember, like, one of the lads was like, his mum was there, and she said, "Oh, he's got all his own kit," and he got his lid out, and I looked at his lid, and I think John was there, and I looked at John. But in a while, I'll just give John some shit. Well, you look like shit, mate. You just driven 8 hours or whatever it is. And I went, John, mate. His lid's better than yours. his lid's got more kit on than yours has. I just give him so much shit for.
Honestly, that Multicam black and tan.
Yeah.
That Gucci.
Yeah.
But I phoned you and I was like, what do we do? We've
had so many like what's the word? People like try it. Do you know what I mean? People message, oh yeah, we can do this, we can do that. Yeah, well, I've got a site, we can run a mill sim. I'm gonna have guys scuba dive. Do you know what I mean?
We're going to drop out of a helicopter into the harbour. I'm going to give everyone an MWS, and we're going to swim to a container, climb in a container that's going to get heloed on top of a warehouse.
But do you know what I mean? Like, we have people test us every day in our inbox, and you know it was hard to distinguish the real guys from the fucking guys that chat shit. So yeah, I'm glad though. I'm glad we give them a chance, and you know, listen to them, because obviously, like, you know, like I said to you, mate, I saw these guys, 3 of them, mate, sprint hard from that high hill down into the concrete yard, and we're just cutting angles, mate, absolutely cutting angles. And the youngest one, I can't remember his name now, but he literally
Bravo 1, I think he is. Like
Bravo 1, yeah. He was cutting angles through the concrete yard, and I've seen, because I'm stood there like opposite it, I've seen the lad the other side throw one of those tagging yellow ones, it came over. And mate, like obviously these lads, you know, I don't know where they played before, but they're fucking not sponges, mate. They picked up a lot of shit, you know, on their very short journey. You know, he went grenade, and he started sprinting like this, mate, to try and come up and over the berm to get some cover. And mate, it's just gone boom. It's like detonates behind him, and he starts gripping his back like this, like. Oh. I thought, fuck, he's took some frag off of that actual grenade. It must have been super close, but apparently he got drilled with a 249 or whatever it was. That's why it hurt a bit much. But yeah, mate, of course, you know, being as we are, mate, part of the Heresy group, it's our site, you know, it's our sort of responsibility as such. Not really, because you signed a waiver. But I was like, dude, are you okay? And it literally, mate, just walked it off. Absolutely walked it off like a G. He was like,
ow. Yeah. Like the first thing I tend to do is if someone messages me something online, especially Instagram, I go and have a look around their profiles. It's like my first thing that I'm ready to go and do. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna check this profile out. And I see these kids training in the back garden, and they're cutting and they're doing their drills. And the instant move, and what I'd seen other people comment on, is like, oh, that's fucking dumb. But the first thing I thought to myself is, these kids are training. Like, this isn't bullshit to them. Like, these kids are working.
Listen, anyone who looks at that and goes, oh, fucking, it's gay, they're training in the back garden, they're doing more than you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
They're doing more than you.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I bounced back the message I said to you, like, Richie, and you was like, mate, have you seen him training? I'm like, fuck yeah, like, that's it. Boom. I want these guys down, you know, even if we have to sit over the shoulder of them. And I went over to them in the morning, I saw them get dropped off. And I was like, right, if you need anything, there's me or there's Mr. JCI, which I did call Dad repeatedly. I was like, go and find Dad. If not, Richie will square it. And I didn't hear shit from them all day. They just fucking cracked on. They just did their shit. They kept their head down. They just got on with it. And people can say, oh yeah, you know, it's easy to sort of isolate them as a group. I bet there's lots of people doing that. Yeah, I get that. But this is like out of their comfort zone. This is, you know, young guys that are getting into airsoft, that turn up with a load of 20 to 30 to 40-year-old guys that are spending tens of fucking thousands on this shit. And come and rocked it with us, and I have so much respect for those 3 guys. They could have just rocked their local site. They can do that for the next 5-6 years before they're off doing the mill sims. They wanted to come down and test the ground, and I was concerned. But as soon as I saw them kitted up, ready to rock, I was like, this is the shit these guys need to be doing. You know, I think they're going to go back to their skirmish site or wherever they were before and be like, this is not the buzz for us. you can see just by the attitude from them, those guys are destined to do some cool shit. I'm really glad you guys picked up some sponsors. I'm really glad that you guys come down. I'm glad that your parents are on board and they're backing you doing this shit as well. That means a lot to us that they kind of saw benefit from the day. So yeah.
let's not get it twisted, mate. Right? You know, so many people can go, oh, you know, they're three young lads that are making some waves. Let's put our arm around them, get them on board. You know, there can be a lot of companies that can do that and go, you know, that go with what is the trend at the moment. Let's be honest, they weren't the trend, you know, before they come to us. But that being said, watch this fucking space, because those lads put in the work.
Yeah,
they put in the work, and they, like I said to you, mate, we didn't hear a peep out of them all day. You know, no trouble, no drama. They just cracked on, did what they got to do. Like, because I'll be honest with you, mate, I was a bit worried having some young lads down. I was thinking, fuck, there's gonna be some trouble. Some pyro might go off, they might get shook. You know,
yeah.
But mate, they just stacked, absolutely stacked. They went in, whether they got hit or not. Do you know what I mean? They pushed, which is, you know, that's the most important thing.
I don't think, you know, their turnaround times were so quick. Like, I saw them come in together, the three of them, and they were gassing and they were communicating, obviously talking. Obviously they're all set up with comms too. So I don't know if you heard the comms, but they were so proficient. You know, where the person was, where they are, where the person was, where they are, and yeah, mate, it was sick. It was sick. I watched them bounce past me. I didn't say shit to them. I just let them crack on. I knew there was a danger close. We were talking. One of their mates was on regen, and they bounced back out. And I just, again, you know, all the teams were doing that. Everyone was doing that. I probably weren't paying attention to Spartan, who'd probably done it flawlessly, or to Rag and all the other teams at their Midgard. They were all probably doing this shit. Obviously, I paid attention to them specifically just to make sure they were cool. But yeah, it was good. Yeah. It was good. I'm fucking pumped from them. I really am.
Yeah.
I want them to
go. Like you say, mate, you know, I just hope they have, you know, a bit of head on their shoulders, and, you know, if they pick up some sponsors, cool. Just don't pick up the wrong ones. You know, make sure that you're getting something out of it. Don't do it for the, you know, for anyone else. Just make sure you're getting something good out of it.
Right, so going back to Jesus Christ, girls.
I know, mate. Like, so yes, John, you looked like absolute shit when you turned up, and I lost my mind. I was cracking up how bad. But I don't know what he took. I don't know what he took halfway through the day, but he did recover. He was fine.
Anyone see the news on the day? Bomb disposal stopped a car on the M20.
I'll be back in 1 second. I've got something to do.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that, mate. Mum, get the camera. Angry duck. It's fucking brilliant. Where's my picture? I was looking fucking peng. Absolutely. Oh, go on, babe. Go on. Pause, glass.
There's a reason behind this. I'll tell you in a minute.
January, think you have... has the AIDS. John arrived, something from Splatoon. Did more than you all day, you slack fuck. Oh,
oh, Robson, you are a little bitch.
Ginge, typical John in the rear with the gear. Here we go. No, I didn't actually see about the thing on the M20, but I would imagine that was probably someone coming to us, which was amazing. But yeah, big shout out to those boys. You know, at the end of the day, just fucking ride it all. Do what you got to do. You'll learn from your mistakes, and just keep cracking at it. Fucking proud of all of them. I've no idea where this bottle cap's going to go, but it's going somewhere. Woo!
Right. So this, do you know what this is for?
Go on, tell me.
That's for the fact that the one person that I never, ever thought I'd meet turned up to our event on Sunday.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're going to say, but I'll drink to that as well.
Hang on, the bubble settle. So, Mondo UK, mate, I could not believe my eyeballs when you went, "Right, it's me, Mondo." I was absolutely amazed, mate. So cheers, mate. Thank you so much for coming down. Again, you know, another guy that's obviously doesn't do this for pretend, does this for real, or did do, sorry. And for someone who's actually been got in amongst it, he's really nervous about getting involved in the games. But again, annoyingly Gucci, mate. When he's got his kit on, I think he'd have TRC outdoors night camo smock on, same as what I got. He had one of them on. He had his chest rig, he had his mags, he had his like firm like battery carrier and this and that. And I was like, fuck, he looks cool.
Mondo, what a lad.
Yeah, so cheers, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Mondo. Fucking love having you with us. Definitely felt like part of the crew straight away. Would love to have him fucking down again. I wish I got more time with Mondo, but again, he come up to me and went, "All right, it's Mondo." I was like, "Fuck off, mate!" I thought I was having my fucking chain pulled. Mate, so good.
He said to me, because obviously initially for the first game, he come out like sort of just with me, not playing, just as a bit of a marshal, and
watch it, you fucking dye mask wearer. Don't make me come there and get you. He was now ditched that. Welcome to the non-dye mask clan of non-overall face protection. Don't pipe off just because you've got a HK45. Listen, you get treated exactly the same.
A HK45 does not give you a free pass. I don't normally open a bottle like this. I normally open like this, and it goes in someone's fucking neck. That's why I open the bottle.
And I've opened it with this to stop it because I'll get you. Chloe's never going to talk to us. Don't piss Chloe off because she's got really good game footage. So let's not do that.
I couldn't give one fuck. How many people do you know that I suck up to? Fucking zero. None, cunt.
Oh, you got him. Oh, he's on the edge of the boat. Someone get the net. Get the net. I've got him. Woo!
Mate, you know how I feel about airsoft celebrities, mate, who play to the camera.
I've never met one.
Get in the fucking sea. I'm joking, I'm kidding. No, so Mondo, mate, when Mondo came out with us, he was like, "Oh, I'm an auto first aiders. I've got a retractable full man stretcher, and I've got a defib kit and this and that." And I was like, "Fucking hell! Have you got like can you do open heart surgery like on the field?"
Mate, can you just quickly get rid of my liver because it's fucked?
Listen, never mind that. Listen, bro, how are you around some athlete's foot? How's that?
How's that to a bent back nail from having my fucking veneers done? So,
pop my cherry. Very much appreciated for putting up with me, mate. Never putting up with you, dude. So I'll say the same to you as to Widow 10, mate. Obviously, always welcome. Always welcome. What the fuck is this? Name Nico Tattoo. I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest, right?
Oh, baby!
That's the first. That's the first
so
time.
Angry.
That sweaty socks push my buttons, mate. That's the first time. I can't stand that cunt, mate. I can't. Sorry. £5 and swear jar. Sorry.
He loves to wind up. Honestly, if he can push any buttons, he absolutely will. We will have him on.
It's his face. It's his gameplay. Like, so I think I stumbled across a clip of him. Someone cricket bowls him a pyro, and he tries to football kick it and fucks it. Like, I dread to think what you do around your missus, bruv. I really do.
Ex-Marine that passed 3 days of basic reviews videos of other people reviewing videos of review videos.
Lead your mum Patriot knows, mate.
and they all know it's pretty brutal.
But he destroys everyone on the field. Question mark. These comments are gold, mate. Absolute gold.
Do you know what? Urban, I think, is probably out there. Has got to be one of my favourite airsoft celebs. If there is airsoft celebs, I don't think anyone beats Urban. He just has me in fucking bits. The picture of him walking away from Hobbit is so good. I've received so many memes. It's like I'm going to go through some of the comments. They are fucking hilarious, but so good.
Look at Sam's comment. He wanted a free launcher. Please tell Sam. Please tell me you told him where to go. That'd be
Please
amazing.
tell me you have his address.
Just say the word.
address.
Just say the word, Sam. Just say the word.
Just say the word. I know someone who'll go round and jib him for 100 quid in a quick bag.
For a 40 pack. Oh.
For the card. Right, I will send you the link. We do need to talk about the last game. Now, the last game of the day, the spinners was fun, but I think it was pretty heavy for a few people. We got out to the first two objectives, the red team, that is, super quick. We spun the first one and we were on to the middle ground double fast. And that was quite exciting. You know, like I think that side of it is always pretty good when you've got someone that will get on top like real quick. Now the black team, or the non-armband team, which Richie took, who had to turn the spinners to black. So where were you guys at on that start? Were you gassed? Was you raring to go? What was the general sort of feeling from everyone? Because obviously we pushed so quick out the gates on that second game.
I mean, you say that, mate, but we obviously, my team took the first two objectives like no bother. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we took them, and then your team. So this is what I like about these sort of games, right? So if you want the guys that wanted to get the kills, just like bang out the kills. There was two red team sat on the objective, mate. Literally, like I'm talking 3 foot from the objective, like up against the berm, and it was like behind him. Didn't bother to look round, mate, and it was still on black. But so he did, and he ended up moving off to somewhere else, and he didn't spin it. So that remained black for quite a while. He got spun in the end, but it just goes to show that you can play the objective. You don't want to. If you want to get the kills. Do you know what I mean? It's like it really is. Just do what you want.
Oh,
as long as you fucking rinse some rounds and have some fun, that's what matters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, watching that play out. I mean, again, watching people have that little bit of it. We had a slightly extended lunch period. We could see a lot of people were like getting G'd up to go back out, but it was slightly behind where we wanted to go. Now, bearing in mind, the second game was going to be 90 minutes, and we brought that down to an hour. And I'm really fucking glad we did, because watching the people in the spawn zone, which is really where you can tell people are at, after, say, 40 minutes of that second game, people were like gassed. You know, most people were gassed. And we knew that we wanted people to save some energy for the last game. Now, bearing in mind, the last game of the day, no one knew. The only people that knew about that last game was me, Richie, and Mott. No one fucking knew.
Can you start putting some of these comments up, mate?
Yes, yeah, fire through them.
So start with John. So I think
start with John. Love it.
John, just to confirm, the last game was the one where Robson shit himself and left early. That's the one.
Fuck, I haven't got that. I haven't got it. Oh no! Right, this is where we have not got it on StreamYard. It's not coming through. Shit. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to go through the comments on. I'll pin it on YouTube. Right, fucking hell, guys. Jesus Christ. There's so many comments that are coming up on StreamYard.
But yeah, so I'm glad the spinners worked out all right. I think everyone enjoyed it. You know, I think the Spartan has pushed hard for that to get that last
absolutely smashed it.
And fuck, I can't think of his name. God, he's going to kill me for this. But he literally, I've got like a 1 second, GIF, right, of him creeping around that black sort of grey sort of mound, mate, where 3 guys are tucked in. And this just went to show. He was 6 feet from them, and he just got a grenade, went over, boom, 3 guys done, and that's what allowed the guys to push up, take the spinner. But yeah, man, I'm glad that last game worked out all right, because to watch it was immense, guys. It was real tit for tat. I think I saw Scout actually use his scar to good use for once. he actually licked in this round, mate, because I saw some guy, and bear in mind, I'm here, the guys to my left, like a fair distance, maybe 30 meters, just go hit, and the guy even looked round, like did this, like where the fuck was that from? And I'm looking around, and I'm like, there's no one who's got an angle on him, like no one. And I've looked round, and mate, Scout is about another 50 meters like this way, and I was like, oh, but all you can see is like this of him, this in a barrel. I was like, yes, lad, absolute balling. So
Jason
yeah,
got it. He said, got 10 seconds into talking about the 10v10 games and someone walked off and I was like, nah, clearly wasn't made for the gulag.
Yes, Buzz.
Yeah, we had a few people that didn't fancy it. I mean, you've either got it for it or you haven't. And we were never going to fucking discriminate against people. Now, the people that did walk off, I didn't fucking expect to walk off. I expected the young lads potentially to go because, you know, they're going to be going 10v10 against people that are experienced. They stayed. They actually stayed after everyone left and continued on playing between themselves. Fair play. And they asked if they were called to do it. And I said, absolutely. Fucking not a chance at all. You know, the rest of the people that stayed. You know, I actually was expecting the more experienced players to want to do it so that they could assert their, you know, fucking dominance. But they didn't. Is what it was. A lot of people really enjoyed it. We had negativity from 2 or 3 people that didn't fancy it. Weren't really negativity, just weren't for them. But we had a lot of people really enjoy it.
I think, like obviously, like Sam couldn't do it because his knees fucked. Like, but and I can relate to that. I do have the knees of a 90-year-old. I really do. The trees showed me that last time we played. So yeah, no, Sam, I get that, mate. Like, it annoys me that these young lads that could just whip around the site, mate, like absolute whippets. It pisses me off because they just cut around like it ain't even there. For us old boys, mate, it's a bit more effort, right? But it's still good to see. Still like that, like the level of. This is why we did it, right? Obviously, me and Tim have spoke about this, and it was all Tim's idea. Tim's fucking idea. It was, you know, the 10v10 was so competitive, annoyingly competitive, because everyone that thinks, oh yeah, I'm going to play with my mates, so you know, whatever. But then you get out there, all of a sudden you really want to fucking win. You want it. You really want it. I mean, Winks didn't. Winks won by default. You know,
No, do it by default.
Welcome, mate. How are you, brother?
Cheers, mate. Cheers, Winksels. Love you, mate. So, just for everyone that wants to know what the last game was all about, traditionally, and in Ruckus 1.0, we tried another game where you had to travel distance for the last game, and we found that a lot of people were really fucking gassed. Now, also, admittedly, at this point, you know, the weather had really set in and it was fucking wet and it was miserable and it was hard work for people. Now, we can't control the weather. We can only control what we put on the day. And I said to Richie, what about a death match? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, what about we just say to people, yeah, get into groups of 10. The first thing you get told when you do that is, right, I'm finding 10 of the baddest motherfuckers that I can get around me. Like 10 fucking good lads.
Tim goes, yeah, what about team deathmatch? You know, 10v10. And I went, all right, okay, 10v10, yeah, I'm down for that. They went, yeah, but so you get people in the groups of 10. And I was like, right, yeah. And that's when he went, fucking funny. I was like, sick boy. You're a sick boy.
Our initial group before we had the walk-offs, Robson, you shite bag. We had literally, we were like, we've got such a good squad here. We've got a good group of hitters, and we're like, against each other. As people were obviously traipsing down the hill because it was against an ethos and not my bag, and I don't shoot teammates and some other, I don't know, tap one pushing, rainbow wearing, handbag swinging shit that I could hear. All I was like, I'm going to shoot everybody in my team. That was my first thought. I don't care about anybody else. You know what? It's shoot a shit guarantee. Yeah, they want to fucking clap you. You right?
I knew from the beginning when we said about it, I was like, yeah, it's going to be people that are unhappy, right? I knew that it was going to fuck with people, and we said about it on the live stream. But
we love you, mate. We just on the wind up, mate. We're just kidding.
We're only fucking.
Robson, I think you're a prick.
But honestly, we knew it was going to stir people, but I am super happy in the way that it played out. Now, what we asked everyone to do was get into group to 10. Obviously, they roll up to this really tight container area, and then they all touch a cone, and they get 30 seconds essentially. So blow of a whistle, everyone scatters. And then another blow of the whistle, and it's last man standing, you know, and integrity and playing honestly is super important here. What the most exciting part for me, actually, that I didn't kind of expect was to be able to watch this action fucking happen, like be 10 meters away from people that are going in, you know, swapping shoulders, really going for it, using the cover. It was fucking insane. Now, Winks, you are our overall winner, which is why we got you on.
I won, did I win it? Was I the last?
I think so.
So I wasn't sure what happened. Somebody gave me a T-shirt and a patch and some stickers.
No, basically, it's by default, mate. Someone pulled out, so you won by default.
You got it by chance, fluke.
I could hear people saying, "Do not, under any circumstances, let that cunt win." I mean,
that was actual words.
That was my word.
He cannot win. I don't care if you cheat. I don't care if you don't take your hits. Winks cannot win this.
I said that. That was me. I said it to Matt Envy. It's true. I told Winks about it earlier. I absolutely said, please do not let him win. I will never, ever, ever hear the end of it.
And he was goading me for the first game, and I'm not going to fuck. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it's something very, very different to anything I've done before, and probably a lot of guys did. I thoroughly enjoyed it as a sort of spectacle to watch it. It was quite fucking invigorating watching how people move and how guys fucking cut about. One, how people are, and also how shit people are. Do you know what I mean?
What's Bondo saying here? Saying about an Airsoft Action TV?
You need to speak to Rage about that. Apparently, they want to use our picture for some shit.
Mix is famous. Mix is famous. Please get the sponsorship.
Rage grabbing tag rounds out of my back, firing a launcher at the back. It looks like fucking Master Blaster for fucking Mad Max. Oh, with a fucking whistle.
Who ran Barker Town?
Master Blaster.
Ran Barker Town.
You need to speak to Rage. But the game itself.
Do you know what? That game was epic. I think. I was in control of the whistle. So
those were shady as fuck.
What?
Mate, I literally the first game I turned round, I was still touching the fucking cone, and you blew the second whistle. You cheating bastard.
Fucking right, he was. I was like, that Scottish cunt's going out in the first round. Fuck him.
We didn't want you to win. We're just saying.
I gathered.
We tried. I mean, we tried. No, I mean, I think the funniest bit on out of that whole game, that last game was the Spartan boys went in. So Spartan boys were like, I
fucking love them boys. So cool.
We win as soon as we said, right, next team, like first team up. They was like, yes, fucking let's go, come on, boom. They were up for it, mate. And I blew the first whistle. They've all scattered, mate. Like I think it was Buzz, literally, mate. He just like. No offense, Buzz, but he was a little bit slow off the line. So guys were in front of him. He's turned, mate, and you know when you get target fixation, your focal vision goes like this, down, mate. I've seen him go. Mate, he's locked on the back of someone. I was like, fucking, let's go. He's just gone, clap, fucking see you later, and ducked off.
80 boy who he thought was running and then just carried on walking up the hill.
Yeah, just kept on. Oh, mate. I was like, it's a dick move. I'm a dick, so whatever, you know.
I don't know if the guy was, Richie, that you had to call out. I think it's a little dude all in black who got rinsed, like got full autoed in the legs.
Mm.
Tried to call the hit, and you were like, "You're dead as well, big man." So, oh, why is that then? Is that because you've just been full autoed in the legs for about 3 seconds?
Yeah.
Didn't feel it, mate. Didn't feel it.
I didn't feel it, mate. Sorry, Oliver Twist.
It's like Frank Spencer.
But those two boys, I don't know how I felt sorry for them. It was a comedy of errors because the two of them were falling over the gravel, falling into barrels. One dropped a mag, one dropped his fucking riff. They were looking at each other and say, I'm going to kill this cunt. If I can just get a gun in my hand, I'm going to kill him.
I do it, Governor, with my bare hands. With my bare hands.
Don't make me fight him. I'll put my hands in sugar and glass.
I picked up a table and bounced it off his skull.
Fucking hell.
I'll tell you what, right? Do you know what I was pretty cool and impressed with is that obviously all the Midgard, they bundled together as a little group, like obviously to be a team, and I totally get the dynamic. And they went and had it, you know. Now, bearing in mind, they had Chloe, they had Jack, they had like Straps, like people that had essentially joined on the fucking day, and they all went to have a tear up. Now, bearing in mind, for some of them, it was the first game they played outside their local site. You know, it's the first time they'd been anywhere, and they were expected to sort of turn on each other like a pack of starved hyenas and go at it. Yeah, you're right, Recon. Bar Hobbit, which was a bit of a shame.
Yeah, can you put that up?
It was a bit of a shame, but you know, to watch them go at it, I was impressed.
If you're going to put on a team, no offence, but I mean it's going to cut to the bone whether you try and sugarcoat it or not. If you're going to run a team, then lead by example. If the rest of the squad are happy to get involved, then put your purse away.
I mean, listen, right? If it means it's your place, right, on SAS, who dares wins, and you win 50 grand, right? Do what you got to fucking do. But mate, it's not even a mil sim. It's not even a.
Mate,
it's a skirmish game. Like literally, it was plastered and labelled as a skirmish game. Turn up, skirmish, get stuck in, have some fun. If you don't want fun, fine. Go play with some kids. I don't know.
But in what sense?
Stop it! There's mums and dads watching.
Good. They can film it.
He will fuck it.
Do you know what? Like, this is a really good point, and like Sideshow's got this in there, and obviously we know like Spartan Boys have been around for a long time. They're probably one of the oldest teams actually in this point.
Still going.
Teams come and go. They were all clubbed together, and I remember seeing Sideshow's face. Now bear in mind, I've known Sideshow for a while. We always have a gas. He didn't know what was coming. No one fucking did, and we said we're going to go in there and have a tear up. There is not a fucking chance them boys were not going to have a tear up together.
No.
And I guaranteed, knowing them lads, they've got a really cool little fucking like clubhouse, whatever you want to fucking call it, like hangout area. It's cool as fuck. It's like a SEAL team hangout area. They've got all their kit there. They've got sofas and TVs.
I'll bring the Prosecco.
I'll bring the Prosecco. I'd love to hang out there. But like those boys went on each other, and I guarantee they've learned something from it. Now, we didn't do it for that reason, but I bet they fucking did. Now, there is a point there to learn and observe, and I saw some really good play. Now, hands up, me and Winks have had this conversation today already, so it's not going to fucking surprise Winks. But I watched him do something that was really fucking cool.
Did he get a stick?
That was annoyingly good. Target fixation, as you said, without going into any like massive fucking detail. I need to grab a gun.
Boys,
but you could quite happily just fucking done this.
if you haven't got this in your life yet, you've
What is it?
Don
What colour is it?
Run.
Yeah, I can't do that. Dark spirits, mate. Not into it.
Run.
So a lot of people do this, and they get really fixated on seeing everything that's like in front. It's called target fixation. Rick mentioned it earlier. And Winks was on the corner like this, and then he went, and then back to his gun. And at that point, I was like, "They're fucked." I just knew at that point he could just pull away from that angle of where the gun is, just crept over his shoulder, looked down the side of this fucking container, and then drilled some lad. And I was like, they're fucked. That's why I told Matt to kill you. I said, I don't know if you have to cheat, just do it. It's saying to pick up with someone. I was like, them cunts getting through.
I mean, listen, target fixation normally happens, right, when you see something that you want to kill. You see something you want to kill or you want to go after. So you're applying a corner and you think there's someone there. You think it's a target and you push, right? And you give your 110%. So all of your adrenaline pushes to focus you on that item, right? Yeah. And you can't help it. You can't help it. It's just your body. What it does, it's target fixation. You kind of need to open your sort of like peripheral vision out. That's what it does. But and you're absolutely right, mate. I think you need to dial it down, lower your adrenaline. Like if you can breathe in through your mouth and your nose. I mean, we're going to extreme levels. It's just a skirmish game. But I'm saying, just calm it down. Be aware of your surroundings. You know what I mean? And like, because I saw so many guys on that Sunday were like looking, and they kept looking. It's like, well, the enemy have to be here. They have to be this direction. They have to be here, so they can't possibly be here. So they'll be fucking looking down, and they just get clapped like from over the top of the berm.
Especially in a close proximity game like that last game was. Such a small environment. If you're only relying on your eyesight and your expectation of where you think, oh, I'm hiding, I would probably hide over there. If you're not fucking listening and looking for movements and hearing a scuffle, that, to be fair, that's probably the only reason that I got Connor. Connor got rounds on me in my sort of first game. Didn't have a fucking clue where he was. What gave him away was covering the ground too quickly. Made too much noise, and I knew he was coming for the other container.
Was that the one where you put 2 frags out?
I saw in my first game.
Yeah, mate, they were fucking close, but it was behind hard cover. You were fucking close, man.
But it was the last boy, Connor, I think, one of John's boys. He shot me for, I think, where Matt was hiding in the last game, and I don't know where the firing point is. I'll try and draw his fire. And I heard a scuffle, and I quickly changed shoulders, and I just waited for the fucking the shoulder to come into view, and I let a couple of rounds out. But as I said, if you're not using your ears, your eyes, and your brain, if you're just literally down the scope, you're getting what 15-20% through that tunnel vision. You're going to that's the long and short of it.
And this is where obviously me and Tim will always differ. You know, Tim will always go for a zoomed optic. You know, to close one eye. And look down the optic. I always go for a like a red dot or like a laser pushed optic because I can have both eyes open.
Yeah. Because
now I've gone from here to like fucking you can't see it, but it's off camera. Yeah. But like right round here, you know. But this is why me and Tim, you know, this is why we're a team because we bring 2 different mindsets to the table, and I think like Buzz was saying from Spartan, you know, he was like, "Mate, fuck it." He's just like, I know I'm not going to be the quickest off the cone, so I'll just wait for guys to push out. Mate, think. Do you know what I mean? Thinkers, shooters. I
tell you now, the biggest element to being successful in that last type of game is positioning and what your start point is. Whichever cover you pick, if you can't defend both angles effectively, and you know what your surroundings are. If you push to where we were watching it from, the barrels, very limited coverage, and you've got a big field of view in front of you where everybody can fucking see you. If you... Who's that, Sam? Sam, I'm going to...
Basically, Sam said, yes, please.
You know what? It was,
you're right. And this is where, obviously, like, you know, like me and Tim, anyone who's followed the channel for a couple of years will know that me and Tim have banged on about training. swapping shoulders, picking up your fucking mags, basic stuff, right? Basic drills. And Winks, you know, mate, I saw you do it. I saw you do it in around the skips. You can cut like a definitive 90-degree angle, but if you're doing it from the wrong shoulder, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like you said, mate, you just need one shoulder. That's what you need.
Where Matt was on me, 100%, I would have given Matt the win over me without Colstein. Is that?
He's only young. Be nice.
I know. I'm only. We're going to do sexual education.
But no, on a real one, guys. I won Winks. Congratulations. So Winks won our 10v10 and then 10 of the best final between all of the winners. Winks won. And to be honest, he really did cut the ground pretty, not easily, but he really did fucking dominate the bits of cover that he had, which was really cool. And considering it was a surprise event that we really didn't know what the uptake would be, I'm super glad that it come out the way it did, because a lot of people really enjoyed it. Now, I wonder how many other companies, event companies, whatever, are going to pick up on this sort of thing and do it a bit more often. But it's definitely something we'll try and throw into the mix. I wish we dedicated a little bit more time to that style of event. What do you think? I mean, like, you're the winner of all this shit. So
I mean, the chances of me doing it again the next time are very slim, because whether you throw it on something or not, it's a game of chance, really. You're relying on fucking people making random decisions, unless you are a very highly skilled person. I think the chances, I think you definitely should. I think people should probably be trying that sort of thing themselves, because it gives them an insight into, you have to think how another person's going to think. That's the thing. If you can't get your brain around how somebody else is good and try and do.
If you could sort your BT internet, mate, that'd be great. Thanks.
I'm actually using the neighbours, and it's off his mobile phone.
Fucking tight cunt.
Nah, but I think, to be honest, as I say, for me and probably a lot of the guys here, first time I played a game type like that, I loved it. I thought it was really good. I genuinely could have taken. I said to you, Tim, earlier today on the phone, I could have taken an L after that first game. I had fucking massive stones in my boots. My fucking legs were like jelly, and I knew there was a target on my back because Matt had been hounding me the whole fucking time. So I might just walk. I might just go now. And then as soon as you put Master Blaster in your mouth, I went for retard again. I was like,
I need the weak walk away, right? Only the weak walk away.
Especially with two big dirty ass stones in their left boot. And Matt said, after he said, I can't believe I've been beat by somebody who was basically disabled.
Do you know what? I look back now on like wrapping up that event and like watching people leave and watching people sort of walk away from it. And I thought, do you know what? Like, the weirdest thing for me is just thinking, God, I hope the fuck they had a good time. Now, bearing in mind, my general attitude leaving the event is like, I hope to fuck people leave thinking, I got slapped.
Yeah,
that's my normal thing. Like, me and Richie can walk away from events, you know, whether it's that night or early hours of the morning or whatever we've been brought in to fucking try and do. I always walk away thinking, I hope to fuck people think to themselves, shit, like next time I step out and do this, I need to be aware that there's people out there that are going to fucking body us. Yeah. And like, genuinely, that's how I feel. Like, I want to go to an event to really fucking mess with people.
With learning something, you haven't put enough into the day. Everybody that had gone there today, on Sunday, should have come away and gone, I should be doing this. My kit is not performing like that. That person got me because I done this. And that is very good at that. I need to work on that. Bravo boys, like we were talking about earlier, for a very young age, they're putting time in, they're putting effort in, they're training, they're drilling themselves. They're not fucking tier 1 operators. They don't pretend to be tier 1 operators. There's boys there who are from established teams who are very smooth and very slick, but every single person has the ability to get better. You, me, fucking dude, every single person can get better by
mate.
And if you come away, that was easy. That was a piece of piss. Then you're a fucking idiot. you probably got a
like you say. So this is like me and Tim have spoke about this like many nights, probably drunk, like tonight. So
talking that
you can either be the big fish in the little pond, right? So you're the big fish, you're the little pond. So you're the guy that goes to the same site every fucking week, week in, week out. You're schooling the little kids, you're schooling the fucking new guys that come down, whatever. Guys progress and guys move on. Yeah. So over a space of 6 months, guys will progress. I've outgrown this site. Let's move to the next site. But you're there, you're plodding along, you're still getting the same amount of fucking kills. You're boring.
Yeah.
You're boring. You're treading water.
Yeah.
You're wasting your life. Yeah. Or you're the little fish in the big pond. So you like you said, mate, you get absolutely slacked, you get stacked.
But you're reaching.
Yeah, I mean, don't be wrong, mate. Like initially, your first reaction is like, "Fuck, this is bullshit. I don't like this. This is fucked." I remember, mate, in my very early fucking airsoft days, mate. I remember, I think it was in AWA Hertfordshire, the hospital.
Yeah. And
I remember, mate, I had some MP5 Navy, some dank fucking Jingong piece of shit, mate. But it clapped, absolutely clapped.
And those B&T tracer on it.
That's it. And I went down the corridor, mate, and I was like that because there was guys left and right. I was like, I'm up. And the guy still clapped me. I was like, how the fuck have you still got me? How? But the guys were tucked, like literally, like elbow in. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They were tucked in. They were like concealed. They had their muzzle and their right eye. That's all they had exposed. Obviously at the time, all I could see was red. Was like, fuck you. I'm gonna kill your mum. I'm gonna burn your house.
I'm gonna dismember your cat. I'm gonna fucking butcher your parrot.
Don't say shit about a cat. But you know, everything else is fair game. But you know what I mean, though? I went away from that so angry and so like, why am I not better? So I hope, mate. Listen, I love the fact that these young lads come in, got stuck in. Like I expected them to come and get stuck in, get fucking stacked, and then go away. Go, oh fucking hell, oh no, it's shit. Oh, it's not for me. But mate, they come in their body. So yeah, man, I think like
100% guarantee those boys will be better for being there, even though they got clapped at times. They'll be better.
Mate, good or bad. Yeah.
Every day's a learning day, mate. If you're not at an airsoft event of any level and you're not learning, unless you're like you say, you're the big fucking fish in a puddle, and you're like, I know the corners, I know the dead spots, I know the sneaky bit. Then you're a jazz bag, mate. You're a fucking used condom. I've got no all that stuff. Unless you're going to push yourself, and this is effectively a fucking sport as a pastime. Unless you're going to push yourself and try and better yourself, and profess to be Johnny Big Dick, an event like that 10v10 is when you see the true colours and the ability will come.
Mate, you're spot on, because I was just about to say, like, let's face it, right? Because guys of a certain age, we work through teams, we work through skirmish sites, we work through events.
Just saying, I don't do teams.
I
don't do teams. Just putting out there. I'm not a team guy.
But you work your way through, right? Do you find yourself at a level that you go, do you know what? This guy to the left of me is on the level. This guy to the right of me is on the same level as me. So we can gel, we can work together, we can work as a fire team, because I know that I can rely on him and vice versa, right? That's the level you get to. Yeah. So this is where Tim's idea was fucking genius, absolutely genius. So you basically get 10 guys that are on the same level, not weak, not strong, that should be, if your team's good, on the same level. You throw them in the fucking mix and go, crack on.
and then
stand
on top of the hill and go, are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Are you going to come back as our reigning champion? Is that the wrong man for you?
I'll be the judge to give everybody else a fair chance, a fair crack.
So Winks, can you bring down, or can you hire, or can we hire a gladiator outfit for you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm already fucking. All I need a bit of a long, shaggy haircut, and I can smash out a bit of Russell Crowe.
Yeah, that's it.
Be good to go.
I mean,
I'm a father to a murdered cat, to a bat that was drunk of child. I'm the mother of a kitten who laid bare to a chicken. I am a KFC who needs to be eaten. Is that? Am I it?
You're kind of.
I'm not saying gladiator. It's just
you say Russell Crowe. I mean, Winks has got a face like he's been set on fire and put out with a plimp sole. He's got the body of Madeleine McCann, and you know he's got the skill of Harvey Price. So
technically, I do have the body of Madeleine McCann.
Oh, suspect.
Yes, I may have been on fire and been put out with a golf.
We're going to be in so much trouble on Monday. Wings, you had a good time. We'll see. I appreciate you coming on to join us. You know, we were stoked with the event. I do want to put something out. You know, and like Robson put in a message a minute ago, and it says something along the lines of, "I was the first one to walk away, but I had a great day, and I'm looking forward to 3.0." And you know what? Fair play. You know, Robson, you weren't the first person to walk away. Hobbit was. You were second, but whatever. We'll let that go. But on the real, mate, I do appreciate that. You know, at the end of the day, we wanted people to have a good time. At the end, and if it weren't for you, it weren't for you. You know, you're always going to get a bit of shit, right? That's the group we're in. Me and Richie are really fortunate. We got to just stand and observe and kind of throw this fucking store event craziness into the mix and see how people just to see how people reacted.
You tap down.
He's in trouble now.
Even laughing at you, you fucking queen.
But we really enjoy it, and I think, you know, the way the event went down, the way that everyone sort of cracked on with the day, I genuinely couldn't ask for more from people. I saw some people, you know, really get at it. You know, Chloe, Jack, all of those real new guys that are, you know, sort of fresh to fucking stepping out of their local territory, go at it, and it's give them more confidence. Seeing the young lads go at it, I mean, that's give them more confidence. You know, speaking to their relatives and whatever. You know, they're going to give them a little bit more slack on the fucking chain now, which is good. You know, for me and speaking to them, I think for us to put another event on, I'm more confident in what we can do is putting events on. So there's a lot there. I think that you know, looking away from it, it was a touch for everyone. You know, we're glad people had fun, and including you, Winks. Like,
be worried. Not worried's probably the wrong word. I honestly think other sort of similar event providers should be concerned about the standard of stuff that you boys are able to put on, given the site, your back, your knowledge, your willingness to put on good events, and the support that you boys have got. I think you have got a bit of a sort of perfect storm where a lot of people's fucking humps could get up because you have got a real good fucking package of stuff that you can put across multiple events.
Yeah.
But even there's other people who need to get their finger out to get.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, mate. I think you're. I mean, I would meet you sort of halfway, mate, like 50%, in the fact that, you know, me and Tim have the knowledge, we have the experience, right? You know, in the fact that, you know, we have the knowledge, we have the experience, and you know, I just like there are other you know, organisations out there that perhaps try to toe the line, but you know, don't really do it for, you know, for the majority of the people. But I don't know. 8 hour mil sims. Come on.
Other stuff on the horizon. Banter event or a Ruckus type event. I know where my my sort of intuition would take me where I would rather be, because I know what I'm going to get against a sort of unknown or a bog standard, wasting my fucking time, travel and money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, you know, we're at that point now where we're like, what the fuck do we do next? Like, yes, we've been asked to do some training. I love the training shit, by the way. You guys are going to fucking know that anyway. Getting the shooter sports up, running a load of drills for the day, you know, finishing up 4-5, having a load of chicken. Mott, I don't know if Mott's in the comments, but fuck me, the guy can cook. So, you know, doing a load of food for everyone and having a couple of beers is really my kind of idealistic scenario.
I need to
get the big meal sims, right? You know me, like I love the pack horse shit of being out on the ground, you know, and sort of pushing those distances and carrying the kit. I actually like that stuff. It's not for everyone, but I do enjoy it. It's just there's such a limited capability for doing it. You know, in the southeast or even in the south, if we say take Sterling out of the equation, there is fucking no one.
No,
you know, there's really no one doing this shit. You know, you look at whoever else is out there, it's just minimal, and the effort is so limited, and the numbers that they're getting is limited too. So,
the fire.
Sorry, I'm back. Someone's trying to break the front door. No, like I mean, yeah, Wings, mate, you bang on. Like, there's other guys out there that try and do events, try and put on events, but like at the same time, we are not an events company.
No,
we're not.
Certainly not.
We're not. Sorry, Tim, if you've already covered this, mate, I do apologise. But we are not an events company. We are just putting on events for people who are in our sort of like headspace.
Yeah. That's the point. You guys are, you've got your sort of, I don't want to say fan base, because fan base is probably the wrong word. But as you say, guys on the same
it's a fair shout. Yeah.
level. And I would much rather wait a month or 6 weeks or 2 months for an event run by yourselves to go with a substandard version of something I know is going to be dog shit. That's what I'm saying. So if there's an event I know where I would go.
I think for me and Tim, you know, we've always been very honest where our events sit in the market, right?
Yeah.
And again, like Tim, apologies, mate, if you already covered this, but you've got your weak, basic, lower sort of like skirmish, milsim, whatever. You know, you've got your defiant stuff, right? Your defiant stuff right down the bottom. You know, very weak. Very, you know, 8-hour milsims. Milsims are not an 8-hour. You know, milsims are 12 hours or longer. But you know, your weak shit down there, which is like skirmish days, whatever. I don't mean weak shit. I mean like, because skirmish days, me and Tim will still turn to a skirmish day, get our rocks off. We all do that. There's nothing wrong with a skirmish day.
We still need where the big hitters attack a random skirmish site on a given day. 10, 12, 15 of us just rock up to a site unannounced, pause it, and then they go, "Oh, we fucked up." We fucked up.
Oh, we fucked up.
Do you know what? I just want to just run through two comments really quickly. One from Mondo. I will go through the YouTube ones in a sec, but it says came here for balls and bullshit and ended up at Ruckus. Never saw that coming. Epic laugh. Couldn't give a fuck if the next gib is a paint by numbers by a stroke victim. I'm in. Right?
That guy.
I think that summarises what we're trying to say really well. Thank you, Mondo, for your eloquent fucking Shakespearean knowledge.
Amazing.
Another one by Robson, and I think this is a valid point too, definitely. Not being an event company is exactly what attracts the sort of players who want to or wants to shoot with. It's not about cashing in, but providing the best day possible that makes it work.
Yes.
Robson, I'm fucking 100% with you there. I do just want to preach just 1 second. I have done some legions, and you know, there's been a site with phenomenal potential, which is Longmoor. Whether you guys have played Longmoor, like it, hate it, I actually still believe that site has got fucking untold potential by using the back of the woodland, by using the back of the train yard, players, areas that players don't want to play in, by avoiding the new builds and the renovated houses that you can't shoot in, and using all the old shit. Now, bearing in mind, everyone uses the new shit, which you can't shoot in. You can't do hard knocks. You can't do any of the big bangs. You can't do any lifts or anything like that with the people in them. I think it's a wasted fucking site, because you've got the cop, which you allow people to fight over. You've got the barracks, which can be entered from a few different sides that you can still clear. They fucked it, and they were greedy. They wanted to have people in the new builds and give them loads of comfort just because of the fact they were doing Op 4, and they had to give them comfort for doing Op 4 because they wouldn't give them all the toys. So if you're on Op 4, you're not allowed night vision, you're not allowed thermal, you're not allowed all that shit. So to give them the upper hand, they put them in a building where they couldn't be hard knocked, which I think by Mike was a massive fucking mistake. And really the mistake was that he couldn't get the numbers for Op 4, which means we occupied the fob and the cop at all times over the weekend, and it made the event really, really flat. So I think that's the point. Sorry,
I mean, like you say, mate, that we occupied the fob and the cop most times. They had some few probing attacks, but realistically, the guys that booked onto Op 4 booked on because they know they had that bit of security, right? They had security in that little housing where they could go into. They would be secure. They'd not get bumped. They could have a wank in the middle of the night and not get taken. I mean, I think Robson witnessed this.
Robson probably did.
I don't know. I think someone witnessed someone having a wank in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, that Chinese lad who was wanking over his phone. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Got your Christmas grip on the go, boy.
It's a shame, right? And we were there, and I actually, that's one event that I put my hands up. I was like, "Fuck this, I'm out." I went to see Mike after hitting the top.
You rolled the wrong guys.
I did, yeah, I did. But even the right guys got banned. So fucking, it was a good move all round. I fucking walked away from that event like, not again. We done right video for them, and it was.
I mean, and again, mate, Tim, like obviously you said many a time, I agree with using the cop and the fob and the cop, as a staging area for task force. But if we were to run it, and I'm sure this video will get used and pushed forward in another event. Assume if I'm wrong, but we would push Op 4 into the tree line. There's so much woodland there, so much diverse woodland.
It's deep,
It's not flat, mate, because we've been it's undulating, mate, and it goes down. You could hide 30, 40, 60 Op 4 down there. No problem at all.
I missed an event, and my boys went to one of the last Longmoors pre-lockdown. The video called me that night from a fucking centrally heated building.
That's the new build, yeah.
And I said, "What the fuck are you? Are you waiting to go in?" And they were like, "Accommodation. Like, get outside and pitch a poncho up against the building." I said, "You cannot stay in there. You cannot pay your money to go there for a fucking event as Op 4 and be at like, it's sick. You can't even touch us in here." And I was like, "Do you know what? I am hands down so fucking happy I missed this event. There's no way I've gone in a fucking centrally be off. I wouldn't even go in there as Blue 4. In fact, Richard, the last time I was there was two and a bit years ago. We were task force, and me and you were the last one pushing the compound when you get shot in the arse, pushing the Alamo on the last day. I don't know if you remember it. There was a guy laid down in the hanger, front right hand corner. I remember you had cut off sleeves. I climbed up the outside of the fucking Alamo to get eyes on the window. You ran in, fired in 2 smokes, I laid out the sanger and shot you in the arse. Dead man in the middle of the Alamo. For me, that event was the last time Longmoor was good.
Fuck! Yes!
Was that when I shot Pete in the head? And he got the arsehole?
I think either multicam or AOR one cut off sleeves.
I had multicam bottoms and I had AOR cut off sleeves.
Yeah. Me and you were at the gate. I even knew you. Me and you were at the gate, and I said, "I'm going to go over the wall in the far corner. If you can push that gate," because we didn't know there was the guy was literally laid down the hanger just holding the tiniest people, and you rush forward. I got blue on blued, and you get shot in the back.
Robson,
Yes,
yeah. I think it's that one. Robson, where the cameraman's bag got set on fire. Remember the one when I was in the building over the road? Remember? And then it was on fire, and Jono was just laid next to it, and the marshal went, "Yeah, just stay where you are, mate." And all this plastic burning shit was fucking going in Jono's face.
A £300 lens, like.
He was like, "Yeah, I've got 20 grams worth of lenses in that bag."
Oh, not anymore.
Not been good since then. I 100% Longmoor.
Fucking hell, Wings. I bumped into you then.
You didn't even know me. I didn't know you then either.
I didn't know you, mate. You were nobody. Well, you're still nobody, but.
That's a bit.
I was trying to get a game plan together, shout down to you. I was like, "Hi, little man with the 2 radios. Do you want to?"
I'm like, guys.
I'll push the corner if you want to get over the wall.
I fucking love that. But like I'm saying, like this is another company like they've not done it right. The company that runs Stanta, we went to Stanta, right? Probably the best CQB site in the country by a long way. Stanta, especially for me, ID Alley is still the best firefighting spot for anyone. I'm open for disagreements, but I still think it's great, right? Me and Richie, we heard that fucking Stanta was up for grabs. We jumped on it straight away. We was there with Robson, there with Parky, was there with some hitters, and fucking, we ran through the place like water. It was a mistake. The only time that weekend I got shit up was when I crawled onto a balcony, and I was like, "Oh, there's someone here." It's like head to toe multicam. And I stood up, and it was Dan Tyler, and he went, "Right, you little cunt." And I was like, that weekend was good. By 11 o'clock at night, we walked up the main high street. Everyone had gone. We walked through their spawn area to go to bed. It was a fucking joke. The marshals were terrible. The running of the event was a piss take. Loads of people left. It was a real disappointing event. The mod sites
that event, mate, coming away from that was the golden moment of me getting hit after drilling a guy with a full fucking mag, and me spinning around to YouTube and going 30 minutes. I'm
ready to fucking go. Let's go. I was like, no. I was like, mate, come on. He was like, "No, I've had enough."
And there was a marshal on the corner going, I'll throw you the phone.
I clapped up Gravy Seals John and Jut and all that lot from a corner, and he was going mad. Literally, I had a fucking marshal so close to me that if he semied up, it would have been wedged in me. And John actually called the marshal out that was on me for being a cunt. It was just jokes, mate, the whole event. So I think this is it, right? You can be an events company, which we're not.
Yeah.
We're really like some YouTubers, I guess, if you take the dominant platform.
Soft.
Yeah, like, you can't even go celebrity, right?
English?
Overlandos with Caucus in Arsos.
Yeah.
Molto bene.
And do
molto buono. Yeah. So,
molto bene.
I wouldn't even say we're that far, right? We've been really fortunate with what we've done, but a lot of people fuck it up real quick. We're not putting events on for Milsim heads. Ruckus is for a terror. Again, if you are head to toe in CTSFO kit, fine. If you are a new player, if you're fresh out the fucking bag, Chloe and Jack and all those guys, you got just as much respect from us. I tried to come around and see absolutely everyone, make sure people were cool, and so did Richie on the day. Again, Winks, uber experienced guy, fucking done his time, done his bits and bobs. You all the way from the bottom to the top, right? The event like Ruckus was for everyone. We will do some more advanced shit, but again, if those guys want to come, then why not?
That's the one thing I think that for whatever reason, past you boys had the stigma of the elite as fuck, elitism, elite lives matter. Events like 2.0 and the first Ruckus, they sort of that. They prove that you boys aren't just, you have to have X kit, you have to run this, you need that gun, you need this rig, you need these combats, you need whatever it is to be a fucking competent player or to be someone who I'll speak to. You boys have proved beyond fucking any shadow of a doubt that there's no line drawn in the sand for what you sort of entertain, if that makes any sense. Because I think that, for obviously you probably are aware of that stigma you had before because of the reviews of kit and your sort of affiliations with Camo and whoever else. People assume if I don't have a super build, Richie and Tim won't look at me, they'll probably kick me in the face and tell me they're going to murder my mum and my dog. These events have sort of, I think, highlighted the fact that you are just two normal dudes that love getting your whip off, running good events, having a good shoot up, having a good bit of banter. And I don't think anybody that comes to these events knows what to expect, and that's the appeal. For me, that's the appeal. I know where I stand, you know where you stand, and you know what you're going to get. It can't be.
Yeah. We can't really argue that point either, I don't think, at this point. Also, because if we were to discriminate, we're only fucking reducing the numbers, and I think our site lends well to sort of maybe 150 to 200 players. I think that's the sweet spot for us, especially at the quarry, right?
I must have made it. Must have been 3 times, maybe 4 times, but that was because the twos were at the front pushing constant.
Yeah.
Englefield, to be fair, she was on point on Sunday. Her and Jack and the couple of boys that they were running with were very good.
Yeah, again, mate. This is the thing. I didn't know that. We knew. Well, I spoke to Chloe beforehand and Jack about coming down and said, look, they're more than welcome. If you want to come. But it was just an open invite to everyone.
To get rid of her high caps, though. That fucking battle rattle. That's not the one.
At least we weren't in the dye mask. She was rocking a lid and a bally and whatever. Like, I must admit, I saw the pictures come up of Chloe. Obviously, without going too deep, females in the sport are rare as they are. But to see Chloe come down rocking like this, I was like, yeah, it's fucking awesome. Black fucking with the tan rig, whipped up, obviously with the multicam, full lid, bally, glasses. 45. I was like, yeah, I'm about that look.
Yeah,
cool,
and only website fucking close proximity either makes a big difference. Not about that OnlyFans.
It was good, man. I like, for us, Ruckus was really good. Obviously, this is a full-on debrief, but I really come away from it really happy. Genuinely. I think we did what we wanted to do. The turnout was sick, but for me, it ticked what we said we would do. We did.
Well, I think
it was a dust off, right? It was, get your rocks off, dust your kit off, get out, get your rocks off. Shoot your mates. Shoot guys you haven't seen before.
Unless it goes against your ethos.
And then just go home, basically. Yeah, dust it off, go home.
My whole impetus, every day I go to an Airsoft event, I shoot my mates. Just because I don't need you to give me a game style where I can do it. If you don't shoot your mates, are you even an Airsofter? If you don't shoot your own mates, are you even an Airsofter?
Yeah. I'm always the one for a controversial tear up. Like me and Richie are always last minute going, do we just jump onto Op 4 and fuck these lads up? Like that is a genuine conversation between one of us on the car to an Airsoft event. Like, when you get to a fucking stop or whatever, or you're going for a piss, or wherever, right? You're halfway there, and I'm like, fuck it, should we just go up 4 and body these cunts? Like, it's always something that me or Richie will throw forward. Like, I'm always willing to turn the card and play that hand, right? I mean, like, I want to fucking play it as it is.
what did I tell you today, Tim? That I had a chat with a couple of the boys in the group, and they were basically saying, I am not going to do blue for. It's just not about me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put my tail between my legs and fucking bow to the masses. I'll happily run over people I know because you're on the other. At the end of the day, it's a fucking game. But if you want to stay on up for and have an easier life and chill out at night time, then be prepared for me to get into your sleeping bag and absolutely sodomise you with a fucking 45 right in the windpipe.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we were sort of talking about this for the next couple of events. Obviously, we're not going to go in, you know, too far now, but you know, Banter's the next one. We're hyped about that. It's pretty much done. Mott's been working super hard on that, so thank you, Mott. I know you won't see this tonight, but you know, Mott's been on that, which is really cool. And then we've got Ruckus at night. You know, and if you want to rock down with your nods, if you want to come down white light, like everyone and all is welcome. The quarry lends itself to the night really well because certain areas of it are lit. And when I mean lit, they've got really big fucking overhead lamps that come off the back of the building. They're probably like 2,000 or 3,000 watt that really do like light an area up to the point where you can navigate with your eyes really easily. The issue with that is the dark areas are dark. So Robson knows about this. Any of the guys that have creeped around there at night, late, and done the midnight walk. A few of you guys will know what that is, but there's a midnight walk that we like to do right over the back. You see like shooting stars and satellites and all that sort of shit if you've got nods on. And so you can do that. That site's incredibly fun at night. It's not the safest, but at the same time, it is quite safe because if you're on a gravel hill, you know, the evidentiality of doing something really bad is not that bad. And we use the parts of the site without the metal and without the big fall-offs. But it is super fun. So, you know, a nighttime tear up there will be good for people with nods and without. Please don't think that nods are the key to God mode. They're not. But that's pretty much next, right, Richie? Night mode and fucking quarry.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the site is so diverse, mate. Like, it really, as, you know, same as you are, mate. You know, I was really worried about this weekend. You know, we've got some really diverse sort of players. We've got experienced players. We've got Milsim players. We've got skirmish players. We've got players that have never played before. But the site really lends itself to anyone. So, really, if you're willing to stick your fucking kind of, you know, stick the effort in, mate, and you know, put the work in. I think it can work for anyone. Really, depends. You know, it doesn't matter your background, where you're from, how experience you've had. You know, I saw some, you know, guys and girls push really hard that have had sort of little to no experience on that site on Sunday. So,
do you boys just on the off chance, do you know fucking is Rage still in this fucking chat? You know that old fat guy with the beard and the fucking side.
What the guy that will basically pound you into the ground like a 10-pin?
Honest to God, I mean, me and him, we've got a great relationship and we have a bit of banter. I have never known a guy with a fucking stronger handshake in my life. I reckon he could crush a coconut and turn it into fucking coconut water, coconut juice, and coconut fucking pelt all in one movement.
Mate, he clearly doesn't like you. He gave me the softest handshake. It was like shaking hands with the Queen. It was like, what mind if I do?
Mate, it was like shaking hands with the butter man.
He actually came up to me, and I mean, big love to the guy. He seen that fucking live stream that basically Matt fucking forced me into for envy, and he said he wasn't happy with my knife collection that was on the wall behind me, and he came up and he handed me a fucking razor sharp Spyderco sort of flick back knife, and I was like taken aback, and I was like, thanks very much, mate. I said, that's a much appreciated. I said, I love a nice blade. He's like, your knives are just fucking shit. You're fucking blah. And then he came up and he's like to me, Winks, what is that multi-tool in your box? And I said, it's just a bog standard. Somebody stole my Leatherman a while back. He went away, gen up, and brought back a fucking Gerber multi-tool as well. I've got 2 of these and I've got 3 of them. And he asked me specifically to throw away the basic multi-tool I had. So I'd use this opportunity to show him how I've thrown it away.
Amazing.
I fucking love it. Rage is like our resident doctor. That's who Rage is.
That
Mate,
man, so angry.
he's resident doctor, aka angry man. He's angrier than Winks.
Best Fusiliers, second best Fusiliers, obviously behind my regiment, because his one chip shot.
I love Rage. I actually got talked to him, like, on a deep level when I fucking had a really bad tear on my shoulder. And Rage messaged me and he was like, "What happened?" And I talked him through and I sent him like my fucking CT scan and my MRI and all that shit. Like I literally sent it all of him. Sent all these fucking pictures over, and I didn't hear anything back from him for maybe till like later that night or the following morning. And then I got back this like fucking itinerary list of like, you've torn this, and this. It's detached from this fucking area. You need to do these exercises, mate. It was the fucking best. Like he's a really Rage File's really educated, really very fucking like screwed up fucking medic. He knows his shit.
And I'd quite happily fucking choke him out to his eyeballs popped out his head. But love him.
Yeah, I love Rage. Rage is fucking shit.
I'll happily choke him out to let him properly.
The thing is, as well, is like you wouldn't expect him to be like a medic, right? He just is a bit scary looking, but really great guy. Fucking awesome.
He's fucking frightening. Absolutely frightening.
Executioner. He's the sort of guy you expect to see on the gallows pulling the fucking thing, mate. Got you. But yes, he's such a fucking nice dude, man. A lot of time for that guy.
We've been really lucky, like, you know, through the channel we've met some fucking really cool dudes. Rage has been there, you know, through all the events, you know, from the beginning. Same as Mondo.
Mondo, mate.
Some of you Winks. There's a lot of
the legend.
Yeah, 100%. I want to have a night. If Mondo can come to Banter, he promised me. Yeah, this might be a little secret. Mondo promised me whenever Vanta is, he's going to come. He's coming.
Well, mate,
me and him side by side.
Let's make it happen, dude. You know, you, Tim, Mondo. It's a fucking foursome. Let's go.
Whenever that guy up, mate. I met him literally. I spoke to him for 10 minutes in the morning, and then sporadically throughout the day. But such a fucking nice guy, like real
mate,
nice.
Such a sound guy. Obviously, I spent the morning with him on and off. You know, as I was sort of walking around marshalling him. Mate, he's such a down to earth guy. He was amazing.
Yeah,
so
cool.
Do you know what rank he is, Richie? If you were to tell us what rank he is, considered still serving, obviously. What rank do you think he is?
I think he's like Type 2 battle cruiser.
He's probably going to creep into your bed tonight and slit your throat.
Please.
Is he a German longhorn giraffe?
No, I think honestly, like Winks. Do I think what rank he is?
Yeah.
I think his rank is a HE Heinkel 111.
What a high explosive what?
No. Heinkel HE 111.
Okay.
It's a bomber.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that.
So look it up.
I don't know if that translates.
Look it up.
Rank, but
look it up.
I would call him.
Look it up. Stop talking. Look it up.
Hold on. Wait till I get Ziggy out.
A Heinkel HE 111 bomber.
Right, can we just get to the point now? I don't know anything about the military, so ranks don't mean anything. What is he? I don't know.
He's a sergeant. He is in charge of lots of dudes, but he's a disciplinarian, and you would not know that to look at him. He's a disciplinarian. You fuck up, you're in front of him. You make a boo-boo, you're probably going to smash in the head.
Listen, if you fuck up, the last person you want in your face is is Mondo, mate. He's like
drunk
he's
Mondo.
like Tim but angrier. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, I think
yeah, now I get it. I understand it now.
He's such a nice
I
dude.
fucking love Mondo.
Super chilled. He needs to come
Yeah,
to
no, honestly, like obviously the same goes for Mondo as Widow 10, like yourself, Winks.
Yeah.
Always welcome, mate, to the games, to banter.
Oh, Ricky will be there. He'll be.
Let's have a booze up here. Let's have a fucking drink.
Can somebody sort out for me? Jim will fix it for me to get a bit of Matt's sausage.
Oh, I'll fucking fix it for you, Paul. I'll fucking fix it for you.
But a Mott's sausage and a bun.
I'll give you a battered sausage, Paul.
I don't normally like a tash, but that's like a tash.
It's a ball tickling facility. That's what Matt's tash is. Right, guys, let's it's nearly 11 o'clock. Let's wrap this fucking shit up. Winks, thank you. Yeah. It's a fucking pleasure.
Hey, as always,
love you, mate. Cheers. Thanks very much, dude. Richie, thank you, mate. We've done a couple of hours, and I want to wrap this up so I can. Look, this is what's happening.
This is me. Deaders Cheddars. There's about that much left.
Dude, thank you for doing fucking Ruckus with me and Mott. Appreciate it. Yeah, the speed slide with the Vortex. Ding ding. Everyone that's still watching, we super appreciate everyone that came down for Ruckus.
Yes.
Like for me, I fucking hands down really appreciate it. From the young'uns to the guys that have served, to the new Airsoft players, the old Airsoft players, to the big teams, to little teams, everyone that put effort in on that day, from the depths of my heart, I fucking really appreciate everyone coming down. So thank you.
Yeah, it really was awesome to see, everyone from the young little whippersnappers that piss me off because they can actually run around and do shit really quick, to the old guys like me. I'm old as fuck now. So to all of you from young and old that came down and actually run around as best you could. It was awesome. It was so good to see, young and old representing. And like I say, just post-COVID, just getting your fucking rocks off. That's the main point, right? Just dusting off your kit, gassing your mags, loading your mags, and just having a good time, really.
There is some special thank yous to go out. One of them that I think underestimated on the day, but meant a fucking lot for coming down was One Legion Patriot. Thank you for taking time out of a game that you paid to play, to take photos of the people that are there. I can't thank you enough for that. I don't know how we fucking repay you, but
the photos were
insane and
outrageous.
It is a memory for people's day that you helped to create. So I don't know what we fucking do to repay you, but thank you. To all the vendors, obviously me and Richie, some of them were planned. Trent from Flashbang Smoke, thank you for allowing us to fire off lots of fucking mortars. Thank you to you. That was super cool. But other vendors that came down, Rick, Widow 10, had a stomping day with his whoobies. They are super cool. Mine is literally on that chair right there, ready to go on for me to snuggle into. But Rick, thank you so much, aka Jolly Green JTAC. Out there fucking bombing shit for real. You are still my ultimate man crush. So thank you. Our dad, aka John from JCI Comms. Another dude I can't thank enough, has built the fucking weirdest shit, answered messages from me at 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Including
show me.
Wrong draw. Too many draws.
How many draws have you got? Look at this, the fucking CT5 absolute beast.
AKA the warlord of the Pathfinders, UK Pathfinders.
So, like a massive thanks to John and what he did. And on the day, sorting all our comms out again. I'm sorry if I was rude. I just sort of threw a mic at him and was like, a radio, and was like, dude, sort this fucking out for me. So massive respect to him. Matt Envy, thank you so much for being there.
Yes, mate.
For he just opened up and said, whatever you need me to do, I'll fucking help. He was on the ground with us all day. He ran about like crazy.
Such a nice bloke, mate. Such a nice bloke.
He's fucking awesome. He also has a business that helps a lot of people. You know, do you want to go and drop 6 to whatever plus grand on night vision? Maybe not. Do you want to go and rent it for one night? Matt's there for you. So if you want to rent night vision, if you want to come to a night vision event with us and have night vision for the night and maybe not want to spend 4, 5, 6 grand, you can speak to Matt from Envy Night Vision. These guys, you can check these guys out.
Them guys.
Camo Raids, thank you very much, Merrick, for running the fucking
yes, thank you, mate.
And chronoing everyone and having the stand on the day. That was fucking awesome. You know, last but not least, a massive thank you to Valkyrie. We didn't know they were coming down. It wasn't planned, but they brought down the most fucking awesome stand. They brought down a really good crew of people, and they dished out a load of fucking BBs to people and bits and bobs. So thank you to Sophie for cooking, and to the rest of the Valkyrie crew for doing what you do.
I didn't see any cakes or cookies. I didn't see nothing.
You fucking missed out. The cookies were off the chart. I'm still trying to hound Sophie for more cookies like a fucking crack fiend. So that was awesome. And yeah, just all the vendors. It was so good to have everyone there. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, to see so many vendors from different walks of life. So you got obviously like Camo Raids, like Valkyrie, who are heavily airsoft orientated. You got JCI, who's on the border with, you know, he deals with real steel and airsoft. You got Widow 10, who is, you know, he makes the Whoopie hoodies. If you didn't buy one, you missed out. He's also a serving JTAC in the, you know, US. It's a British something. It's too late. I'm too drunk. It's fine. He's a cool guy, so check out his hoodies. So, cool too. Super happy to have so many guys and girls along, you know, representing, bringing their products along, you know, giving to you guys so you could check out on the day. Yeah, it was awesome. Cool.
John, you fucking cracked me up. I love this.
Go on, Dad.
They didn't have a big fucking stand. So yeah, and lastly, thank you to all the players that attended, everyone that travelled.
Yeah.
John Wilson, John is fucking such a lad. He travelled all the way up from the fucking Cornish Highlands, all the way down at Land's End. Old John O'Groats.
John O'Groats.
To come and fucking hang out with us. So that was sick. Mondo, big travel. And so did a lot of other people, you know, Chloe, you know, you and Jack, I appreciate you guys coming down, and lots of others that travel from all over the country to come and spend time with us for Ruckus too. It was fucking sick. To the young kids and the parents that backed them for coming down, respect to you guys as well, and respect to the parents for letting them come and have at it. Be around us. We were raving around dildos and rubber dolls and other shit. You know, it's part of the THG territory. But we appreciate everyone that came down. It was sick. It was really sick.
Awesome. Right. Until
fuck out of here.
Until the next event.
Eventos. We'll all be down again. Everyone go over and follow Task Force fucking Bravo. Just do us a favor. They're young hitters. They're out there. They're trying to do some shit. Back them, fucking defend them, look after them. Peace. We Audi 5,000 bitches.